let's... I'm going to hop over here. Won't take but a second. At least I hope it won't take but a second. I hope it doesn't do that thing where it freezes up again. That would suck.
Oh, not.
Well, it did that to me last time when I was doing my stream, and then it just froze up on me, and I couldn't get anything done for a little bit. It was very annoying. But it looks like it's working. All right, I'll edit monetization here. Apply to this. All right. We got people rolling in now, I imagine.
Let's see. Yep, we got people. Nobody expects the Pirate Inquisition. Hello, everybody. Hey, Mal's here. Shark Chaos.
Mal's here. Excellent.
Jarl Vikinger.
Jarl
Shark
Viking.
Chaos. Rodden. Or Rodan, rather.
Rodan.
Rodan.
Isn't that the name of a Godzilla monster?
Yeah, that's what his little emblem is, too.
Ah. All right. All right, let me jump back over here. There we go. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Top of the morning to all of you. We're looking forward to a wonderful stream tonight. All right.
We are getting a cease and desist order from Jacksepticeye.
Well, Jacksepticeye can go and suck it.
I'm kidding, of course.
All right. We actually had a very Irish dinner tonight. Corned beef, potatoes, sausage. It was like we went for the most Irish we could go for. If we added some
magically delicious.
If we added some bloody cabbage to it, I think it would have been a perfect Irish meal.
Indeed.
Hello and goodbye, because unfortunately I have to go. Best of luck to you, Raven Knight and Lark. I hope I wrote it right.
You wrote it correctly.
All right. Needs more work as a nice impression. Mal asked if he could join, didn't he?
Did he? I didn't see.
I saw that a second ago.
Oh, it says message retracted.
Oh, never mind.
I mean, you can invite him anyway. See what happens.
Message retracted.
Yeah. See if it'll let you work together this time.
Let's just see. We'll test it. I'm worried though. Like
Purge the heretics. The gaming pig. I don't know why, but I saw like a W in there rather than the R, and so I thought you said purge the heretics.
Purge the heretics.
Is it just me or did Lark sound British when he said indeed?
Yeah, we sometimes look into it. Here it is.
I may be 25% Irish by blood, but I'm 100% Irish by blood alcohol content.
Raven, can I show you my Warmonger? A lot has changed from last time. I mean, if you want to send it to me via Discord, feel free. I'll take a look at it when I can, but I've been busy all day, guys. I've barely been able to talk to anybody.
Potatoes for the blood god.
Hey, Raven, have you been trouble to joining PvE Breach Mode? No, I haven't had any trouble. I've been doing okay with that.
Happy St. Patrick's Day,
All right, looks like he's not going to be able to join. That is a shame. But let's go ahead and do our matches anyway. Let's jump into Dominion. No, that was too French. We're going to jump into Dominion, lads.
Where do you fight over the last potatoes in Ireland?
Would like to hear your opinion on the lore. Okay, so I finally got to take a minute and read the Pirates lore. Okay, I have some problems. Probably not the ones you're thinking either. Okay, so the whole idea is that Horkos is basically winning. Horkos has essentially won the war. And now that these artifacts have started appearing, now that the artifacts have started appearing, there's been a cult that has popped up to worship it. And let's go ahead and play the Inquisitor so that we can start that. So there's this cult that's popped up called the like something of the stake. I forget what it's called, the Order of the Stake or something. And their whole thing is they worship the relics as gods or something. And so this Inquisition was founded by Horkos to root out these heretics. Now, already I see a problem there. What is unholy or heretical about that, about worshiping the stakes? Like, in order for that to be heretical, that means that there has to be a centralized religion that Horkos is pushing. Otherwise, it wouldn't be heretical. So, leaving that aside for now, we'll come back to it. The Inquisition's whole thing is that they are chasing down the people who are worshiping the relics. And Yen Chen, who was a pirate, she's not necessarily a big fan of Horkos, but she knows what heretical cults like this do in other cultures that she's visited, so she wants to put a stop to it and protect the people. So she comes to this town called Waterstop, somewhere in Ashfeld, I imagine, based on the name, and they find a cult ceremony, so they interrupt the ceremony and kill all the fanatics. But then the Inquisition suddenly decides, all right, we're also killing all the civilians, and they butcher everybody, including the women and children. And she is just stunned by it. She's so shocked by it. How could they do this? So she says later at the Inquisitional headquarters, we shouldn't have done that. We didn't need to do that. They could have lived. And they argue, no, because the rule is, even if you are associated with the cult, you're just as guilty. Now, here's the thing. I would be more angry at that if it wasn't for the fact that a lot of people assume that about the Inquisition. A lot of people like to think that the real Inquisition was just that crazy. They'd be like, God, even associating with a non-religious person is heresy. You know, that's not how that worked. That is not how the Spanish Inquisition worked historically. But ignoring the Spanish Inquisition, let's focus only on what we have here. Only on what we have at our disposal here. It still doesn't make a lot of sense because, but what I hate about it, I think what I hate about it so much here is that it's proving what I feared. I was afraid that if Horkos won the war, Horkos would not continue Apollyon's legacy and push for further war. They would just become a tyrannical, totalitarian powerhouse that basically takes control through brute force. The Inquisition's very existence is proof of that. If Horkos formed an Inquisition to put down anti-religious movements, or religious movements that they find heretical, like this cult, then that means that they are pushing for a state-organized religion that they approve of, and are going to enforce it by rule of law.
Oh, by the way, Mean King is in this game.
Oh, cool.
And to answer a question that popped up in chat, Raven and I are not entirely Irish, but we do have some Irish ancestry. We're not 100%, but we're like, I think it's like 25% or something along those lines. They also want to know why whenever a hero is put in as a boss for like an event game mode, they appear bigger than the players.
It's to single them out, because imagine if you were playing as Yen Chen, like if you had the pirate outfit and you ran into the boss Yen Chen, like you need to be able to tell it apart from your allies. I don't know why, but I thought that it might have been a bot or something.
Yeah, especially this special Irish coffee in your blood. I know I was having some special Irish as a drink earlier.
Come on, guys, hit him. I'm out of stamina. I can't do nothing.
Does the Inquisitor's pirate coat remind anyone of Shay's Templar coat?
It kind of looks like that, but this is more of an Inquisitor's long coat, like if I'm being honest.
Yep.
She looks more like a witch hunter from other days.
Not 40K, just Warhammer Fantasy. But no, I totally see where you can get that comparison, particularly in the back, the tailcoat.
Ooh, good light parry.
Jarl of Helheim says, hey Raven, I rewatched your What If Apollyon Didn't Die video, and I was wondering if it would be cool to have a series of her watching everything go down through time. Would you ever do something like that?
What was the question? I'm sorry, I was kind of focused.
Basically, if you revisited the idea of like What If Apollyon returned, and basically you did an episode of each event happening and she responded to each specific event.
I could try to do something like that.
Yeah, good suggestion there, Jarl.
Yeah, that might be an interesting thing to try out, but I've got a lot of other projects on my plate right now, so probably not a good idea to try that just yet.
A priest, a rabbit, and a minister walk into a bar, and the bartender asks the rabbit, What will you have?" And the rabbit replies, "I don't know, I'm here because of autocorrect."
Ah!
He is the Jewish rabbi. Hey, Raven, do you like the new hero skin?
I love the new hero skin, it's fantastic.
Oh, you executed a fear out of the game?
Yeah, I noticed that. She just kind of quit. It was like, oh, okay, bye.
Okay, bye. Well, the Inquisition was historically good at getting rid of the Middle Eastern fighters.
Yeah, that's why the Spanish Inquisition was formed in the first place, to get rid of the Muslim influence in Spain. Well, not really the influence, but just the insurrectionists, really. But that's another story.
Yeah, literally, like, legally, it was crazy, because, like, when it first started out, it was like, legally, Jews and Christians could testify in court, Muslims could not.
Well, it's not that different from what they did in the Muslim-controlled areas in the Middle East.
Oh no, Muslim-controlled areas was worse, but it was like understandable because they're just like, listen, we just took this area, and there's a high chance that there could be insurrectionists. But they originally trusted the Jewish population because they figured, they were getting oppressed too. They'll help us out. Use the AI voice to get Apollyon to read each event.
I will try, but getting Apollyon's voice just right is difficult on the AI thing that I use.
Ooh, Tungsten Tarkus just dropped $10 saying,
Hey,
Raven, hope you're having a good St. Patty's Day.
I'm having a wonderful St. Patrick's Day, lad, and I really appreciate the gift.
Yep, and might I say Tungsten Tarkus is a baller name.
Tungsten Tarkus, yeah, that's pretty awesome, man.
Corned beef or Guinness stew? I had a Guinness and corned beef. Raven just had the corned beef.
Why are we down to, Why did we lose a teammate? I don't know what's going on. Hi.
Ravenlark, what historical period do you think is the least talked about in media? In my opinion, it's the 1600s.
You captured Zone A.
That's a good question.
I think it depends on the region of the world you're talking about.
Yeah, it really does depend on the region. I think that one area, there are plenty of areas of history that we don't talk about a lot, depending on where you go to in history.
Yeah, because I would say anything pre-Heian period in Japan very seldom gets talked about. Like, think about it. When's the last time you've heard of anything Bronze Age related in Asia outside of China?
Whoa, what the heck?
How is he able to drop this?
So we both fall, but then he turns it into a dropping kill. Are you kidding?
Did he have Featherfall?
Wow.
Do you have an Irish Highlander loadout?
No, I have a Santa Claus Highlander.
Indeed. Hey Raven, out of all the response videos about Lord of the Rings / Tolkien video, which one got the most wrong about Lord of the Rings and Tolkien?
I have to say the one I just recently did.
The one with the Little Light Studios?
Bye. He just activated Revenge too. Oh, that's sad. I'm sad. That was unfortunate. Meme King said I'm in his game. Which one are you, Meme King? Let me see.
Like, were there actually Muslim insurrections in Spain who tried to bring back the recently repelled conquerors? Yes.
Yes, there were plenty of Muslim insurrectionists in Spain who tried to bring it back.
Yeah, didn't the Ottomans actually say they were going to try and invade and that actually
Yes, I think it was in 1528. I could be wrong, don't quote me on that. There was an announcement made that the Ottomans were planning on retaking land. Ooh, good light parry. Ah, oh, man. Bye. But yeah.
Oh, now I know why you lost a guy. Meme King was lagged out.
Oh.
Oh. Brock Mail said late but here.
I love that execution. But yeah, so what happened was there was rumor that the Ottomans were planning on coming to Spain and reestablishing Muslim control, and the Muslim populace went wild. They caused riots and destruction all around the place. They killed, raped, stole, looted. It turned into a nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
It more than justified the existence of the Spanish Inquisition.
It is what it is. Oh, and needs more orc said that that execution was canon.
That's the name of the execution.
Canon. That canon is very funny to me. Yes, it is. It should be. And since it's an Inquisitor, the Church is canon.
Oof. Oh shoot, Fira, you can't. Why can't you let me just heal up, Daryl? Why can't you let me heal up?
I also want to know if you do a Scottish accent and play Highlander for the remainder of the night. And I'm just going. We would have to do Irish because it's St. Patrick's Day, and
I can't disrespect my Irish friends by going all Scots all evening. Hey, Raven and Lord, did the Muslim have their own Inquisition? It wasn't. They didn't really have their own Inquisition because Muslim Sharia law worked as its own Inquisition.
Basically, the role that the Inquisition took in Spain and Western Europe was filled by the emirs of the, basically the nobility of the Muslim caliphs. They would go, basically, it's like, hey, in your land, you got to check and make sure that we got this thing, crack down on this sort of thing. They go, yeah, and it would vary from, emir to emir.
Well, looks like we're not going to win this one, boys.
Yep. How did Horkos win? Bribery, I'm assuming.
I don't know.
Anyway, I gotta go check on something.
Okay,
I will be right back.
I'll try to pull the thing up on here then. Alright. Okay, I can't pull it up here. That's a shame. I'm trying to, but it's not working. 1 second. Okay, there we go. Basically, Islam had an Inquisition built into it. No, well, you see, the function of the Inquisition, the function of the Spanish Inquisition was to root out heresy and apostasy and evil done against the church or against God. That was the point. Islam, by definition, encourages its practitioners to root out people who would go against Islam. In fact, in the Quran, it says specifically never to do certain things against Muhammad, like you can't speak bad about Muhammad, you can't draw Muhammad in a bad way, you can't insult the religion, that kind of thing. And if you did, then you were immediately called out for it, because that's part of the religion. The way that you want to look at historical Islam, is it very much was tribalism made into a religion, and that's not just me saying that. That's Raymond Ibrahim, who's a famous scholar of the Crusader era and the Muslim and Christian conflict of the time. He said when you really look at ancient Islam, it's tribalism made into a religion. There are 3 tenets of tribalism. 1, everyone within the tribe is good and you want to love them and support them. Number 2, everyone outside the tribe is evil and lesser and you need to hate them. 3rd, feel free to attack and belittle those outside the tribe as long as it's for the betterment of the tribe. And so when you break down the message of Muhammad in the Quran to its most basic tenets, you see quite often that it comes down to that. Everyone who is Muslim is good. You want to be Muslim. They're the chosen people. They're the good people. They're the ones who follow the Prophet. Those who are not Muslim, as Muhammad said, they are lesser than dogs to us. They are the lowest of society. And so, as Muhammad referred to the Christians of the ancient days as the milking camel, and I will milk them for my betterment. And that's where you have the jizya payment that comes in. So that's where that all starts. So to them, it was all about the tribal, the in group. So that is where that comes from. All right, we're gonna go Conquerdant for this one. All right, anyway, let's see what else. Hey, Raven Lord, did the Muslims ever invade Asia? They tried, didn't get very far. Well, that's also a bit of an explanation of the situation in the Middle East. There's also national identities as much as tribal ones, or so I heard. Yes, that is true. Well, evidently he was a man of his word. He was. He certainly was. I'm writing a story about a conqueror who is held prisoner by the one of the cults as a sacrificial offering, but she was able to escape and began fighting for a new legion. That's a cool idea. Did they invade India? Yes, they did invade India and Indonesia, but they didn't get much further than that. So that's why I say that. Cribbling Vibes, hey Raven, may I offer a freshly made cinnamon bun for a reserved spot with the ram? I hope you get in, man. That'd be awesome. Hey Raven, how's the event mode? I love it. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. I really like the event mode. Guten Tag, Shark Guy. Sprechen Sie Deutsch? let's see. I don't speak much German. I speak like a few phrases. That's it. Although, considering the time of day, it would be Guten Abend. I just joined the game with all of Fira, so I bought the character to join the group. There you go. All right, let's go. I was so busy reading comments, I didn't have the chance to bring myself. I hope Lark's okay. He's been gone longer than I expected. Why are Jews the only one that doesn't convert people? Because the Jewish, well, you can convert to Judaism, you can, but the Jews not only identify themselves as a religion, but also as a race. They believe that they are God's chosen people. Oh, crap. Crap. Man, I was doing good and then I messed up somehow. That was weird. Aaron Rowell says, Irish hero drunk and naked. Yep. Hey Raven, I have a riddle. What gets bigger the more you away from it? I don't know. I might join up later for Breach. Also, I'm going to probably make my Ruth montage around the Test Your Metal event if it returns this season. That'd be awesome. I hope that the Test Your Metal event returns this season. I know that people have been asking for it. Crap! Not good. Anyway, top of the morning to you, Els for me. When will you be doing the hybrids? For execution graded? When I finish the heavies. I've still got to do Zhang Jun. It's not my fault no one votes for him. Anyway, let's see. Raven, do you say GIF or GIF? I say GIF. Alright, let's see if I can't do better this time. Oh, all three of you, okay. Oh, you had to throw the blood. I love it. I love it. The fear is real in that Valkyrie. You noticed that, right? I want to take a moment to appreciate that moment. Literally had them both running scared. Then one of them goes, "Oh shit! Throw the Valkyrie. Throw the spear." That was great. $2 in that one meme. I'd say, but I ain't feeling the best. Have fun. See you later. The one mime. Sorry you had to go. Hey Raven, how would you feel about a Viking hero based on Beowulf? That would be fine. Whenever people ask me how would I feel about blank hero, I always say the same thing. If they can do it well, you know, like, that's all I can really say. So this is the way it's going to be tonight, huh? There we go. That Afira shouldn't have ganked. She shouldn't have tried to hide in that corner. I don't think tonight's going to be my night, guys. I'm going to do my best, but I don't think it's going to be my night.
You captured Zone A.
What the? I was in my full guard. What? Okay, sure. Anyway, you don't play conch much, do you, Raven? Oh, I'm sorry. I'll play someone else. I've learned my lesson. Thank you for that. Raven, what annoyed you most about the Cracked video? They clearly didn't know what they were talking about with Tolkien. That was probably the most obvious. Like, it was very obvious to me that they had no idea what they were talking about. They watched the videos but knew nothing else. They probably did a wiki search to find out everything else they knew.
You captured Zone C. You lost Zone A.
Raven.
Damn. Anyway.
Raven, have you made an entire race evil? Also, how can you make an entire evil race? I've been working on a Mind Flayer race called the Eldred. They summon the worst races and enslave lesser.
I have never made an entirely evil race, but I don't see a problem with doing it for your story if it fits. That's the thing. Raven, what do you think of the other injustices? I think that this injustice leaves me very confused.
Yeah. I want a bacon cheeseburger or a pulled pork sandwich to flex on the Turks. You go, Vlad.
Draken says, I'd love to stay, but I'd have to go. For Honor hasn't been at the top of my mind. Well, I'm sorry you have to go.
Who's your favorite hero lore-wise?
Oh, shit. Is this the way it's gonna go?
Yes.
Yeah, there it went.
Yep. Well,
Oh.
that's what you...
Well, don't worry, guys. I learned my lesson. Who was it that said it earlier? Hold on, I need to find it again. Who was it that said it earlier? Yeah, thank you, Tarkus, for pointing it out to me. I will no longer play Conquer anymore.
What's going on?
Tarkus said earlier, "You don't play Conk much, do you, Raven?" And I'm like, "Oh well, I apologize. I will not besmirch I will not besmirch that hero any further. I will not touch him." So, thank you, Tarkus. Appreciate that.
All right.
Just, it's kind of like, you know, I don't main anybody. I play every hero every now and then, and I haven't played Conk in a while. So it's kind of like, why do you want to point that out? It's like, okay, I'm not good at him. Thanks for pointing that out. Appreciate it.
Let's see. What made me laugh in your recent response video is that he said that the guy he did 12 hours of research on Tolkien in the vid, Raven says, "Well, you're actually wrong, sir." I mean, you could do 12 hours of research and still come to a wrong conclusion.
I think the problem is they watched 12 hours of the movies, which means they watched Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit all the way through, and then felt like that was enough to talk about Tolkien's belief systems.
I think this 12 hours came from listening to this one dude, because I checked out their sources, and literally was like this one dude who did like a 3-part series rambling on about his conspiracy theory about how Tolkien and Lewis were in a cult, and they had, and then of course they also linked to this guy's blog post, and I'm going, nice,
Yeah.
nice, just nice.
All right. Well, next match. Here we go.
No, Tarkus, we know you didn't mean to be rude.
No, it was. I was more joking than anything. It's just one of those things when people say stuff like that. It's like, why do you want to point that out?
No, they're just saying like, hey, I haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah, literally the whole thing with me with Conk was that they're close to the next rep, so I wanted to use them. Are you playing with viewers? I tried, didn't work apparently.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, Min King, you got lagged out, dude.
Okay, I've learned my lesson there.
Let's see. If the saying is the luck of the Irish, what do the Scots have?
Crap. I don't know what the Scots have. Probably
Haggis?
I don't even know what the Scots have, honestly.
Tenacity.
Yeah.
But if you get the joke, the Irish really haven't been all that lucky.
Let's see. Of the 4 classes, Vanguard, Assassin, Heavy, Hybrid, who's fave hero in each? For the Vanguards, my favorite hero is Warden, but honestly, he's the weakest. So in terms of playing, I'd have to say Raider or Tiandi. For the heavies, I'd say
You know you can fake out that Yorm kneecap?
I will try that out next time. I had to get through that fight.
The problem is, like, when you get a new idea for a hero or a new moveset, it sometimes can be hard to implement in the middle of a match, because the more you try and experiment with it, it can be a little rough to develop. Hey Raven, how would you feel if they made a new hero that's Domini, just like how they made Holden that's Griffin now?
I wouldn't care. I wouldn't care. Honestly, I don't like when they make heroes just based on old heroes. I don't really care for that. Crap. Yorm being viable might get me to reinstall. Okay.
Viable currently.
Well, he's viable, but what? Really? Okay. I'll never understand it. I'll never understand it. It is not fun sometimes being the voice of optimism for this game.
Yep. Hey Raven and Lark, did you know that the Scotland national animal is a unicorn? Yes.
Yes, we heard about that. That is crazy. I think that's
That
awesome.
as well, but isn't like the Welsh national animal like a dragon or something? They put it on the flag. It better be the national animal.
Better be.
I wonder how the Welsh feel like, hey, dang it, St. Patrick came from Wales. How come we don't get any of the credit? It's like, well, he didn't work there.
Yeah, I like Yorm's rework too. I thought it was good. My whole thing is like, I think Yorm is definitely viable now. I didn't see the reason for the comment. Like, that was my whole thing. Hello, fellow shark enjoyer?
Oh, he's probably talking to Shark King.
Oh, okay.
Anyone else having breakfast for dinner? Nope, that's just you.
No, that's
Unless, how many people have corned beef for breakfast?
I try to be the voice of optimism too, Raven. You're not one. Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like, okay, so I always hear the same thing. Like, until they do X in the game, I'm not reinstalling. Until they do X in the game, I'm uninstalling. Like, and I'm always, and my thought is, why do you advertise that? Like, I think a lot like there are times I'm just kind of like, I mean, do what you want. Don't let anyone stop you from doing what you want. But why advertise?
Well, there was a billboard on the side of the road, and I just couldn't help myself. Ray Raven, I found out that you do Assassin's Creed videos / riding tips. Out of curiosity, would you recommend a newbie to start getting into For Honor?
Sure.
Yep. Practice with the AI first, just to get the mechanics down, because there's a great deal of sweat swamping in PvP.
Finally got one.
Zone A.
Alright, let's see. I actually don't hate the game. I just got uninterested. The PvP makes me mad, but Yorm looks pretty much more fun. wasn't being a downer. Maybe you weren't, but I am very used to hearing that. Like, it's something that I'm very used to hearing.
Nothing on you, dude. It's just it's part of a trend that you didn't start. The Lion and the Unicorn were fighting for the crown. You are correct. I believe the Welsh dragon is also nicknamed David or Dili. That's an interesting name for it. It's like, what do we call this great dragon?
Did
Log.
Did it?
Parthenax.
David. Divine Clutch just left. I don't know who Divine Clutch is. Wait, was it the Gladiator? It was the Gladiator, wasn't it? When I finally killed the Gladiator on my own power, did they quit? Is that what happened?
Hey, Raven.
No, it wasn't the Gladiator who quit. Okay.
Hey, Raven, would you mind if you could play Nobushi at some point while I'm still here? I'm looking for some tips after leaving my Rep 25 and Rep 18 Warden Orochi. Just wondering what I can pick up.
Well, I can play Nobushi. Sure, that's not a problem.
PvP is hell for me. I'm trying. If I try going into AI, it's always level 3 bots. I'm so tired. Oh yeah, I know that feel.
Wait, or was it the Gladiator? I don't realize.
It looks like it was the Glad. Because that is a bot. Vlad the Impaler says, hear me out. What if Apollyon and I met? And will it be good? Will we be best chums? Vlad, I honestly think Apollyon would actually be would be okay with Vlad the Impaler.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, we are working on that project.
We are working on a project for Vlad the Impaler. That will probably be one of the next videos that comes out. I don't know when it'll be done. It's going to take some time to record and edit and all that fun stuff.
Oh, Dr. Calibrations explains why he uninstalled. He uninstalled For Honor because he would need space for Wulong.
And you stopped playing a long time ago.
Yes.
So there you go.
Yeah.
That's fine. No judgment. You do you.
I wonder if there's ever going to be a Samoan hero. Perhaps, but I imagine he's lower on the docket than others.
Yeah, they're probably going to go with the more recognizable heroes of history. All right. Wait, what were these? What were these orders? The Relic Inquisition. The rise of the Servants of the Stake was met by an anti-relic movement that quickly evolved into the Inquisition. Fearless warriors were recruited and deputized as inquisitors, agents dedicated to destroying these fanatics. After the Waterstop massacre, Yin Chen renounced the Inquisition. Appalled by the blind slaughter of innocents, she turned on her fellow inquisitors. Brain had fallen, Yin Chen vowed to protect the people of Heathmore. I think the thing that confuses me about all of this, well, it confuses me. Oh yeah, someone asked for Nobushi. What confuses me about all of this is that they said that each season was going to focus on an injustice on a certain faction. This season is the Knights. What is it about the Knights that is being an injustice? Because, I mean, Waterstop, the town, might be a Knight town, but the fanatics are popping up all over Heathmore, or so we were told. Then in that case, is the Inquisition Knight run? Well, they're run by Horkos, but we've seen more than Knights in their numbers, so how does this relate to the Knights? My only guess is they believe that the Inquisition is largely a Knight-related entity. Because it started in Europe, it must be largely related to Knights. Therefore, the injustice is being done by the Knights. And if that's the case, then once again, Knights bad. Screw that. Raven, why do you think some people... Oh, went away. Could you read that?
Who said it?
It started with Raven. Why do you think some people believe...
Let's see.
I'll try to find it. Hold on. I don't see it anywhere.
Maybe you retracted it?
Maybe you retracted it. I don't know. Raven, I've seen the comment section on For Honor vid. People were so toxic that I wrote them a paragraph to counter their anger. I am very tired that some people rage because it's not the way. Raging against the game is not going to make it better. Raging against the game is not going to fix the problems. Be outspoken about your problems, but just raging, it doesn't do anything. Raven, I was wondering if in your recent video you said the vid would be hours long if you explained the lore in its entirety. Can you do it here, please, about the Tolkien lore? Nah, I need my sources. I need the Silmarillion out in my lap. Like, trust me, it would not be fun. Well, we can't have Christianity seen in a good light, guys. People might stop hating us.
Yeah,
that's true.
Sums up there, doesn't it?
All right, let's keep going.
Time to shiv. Mal says the Inquisition is based in Asheville, and the big battle between the Inquisition and the Order of the Stake takes place in Asheville. That's why the season is focused around the Knights. So it's just the geography.
So it's just the geography then? That's stupid.
But thanks for clearing that up, Mal.
Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Still dumb. Shaolin.
You lost Zone C.
What the heck? Other than the dodge heavies, did he throw any heavies?
Zone A.
I think he only threw... Was that a light spam Shaolin?
Why, yes, I believe it was.
Wow, that's new. I've never seen one of those.
Oh, I've seen them all the time. Why is it that whenever something is even slightly Christian, like an Ubisoft game, it's always seen as bad?
It's the question, why is Christian...
Why can't Ubisoft make Christians look good? Like, why do they always have to look bad? That's a question I would like Ubisoft to answer. I'm reminded of Joshua Graham from New Vegas actually converting people to Christianity, not traditional, but Save Souls. Pretty great to me. Hey, whatever works. Kind of reminds me of, like, there was this, like, black metal band in Sweden that was studying Catholic texts to try and be even more blasphemous, and they wound up converting. It's like the ultimate win, but also kind of an L, but still a win.
Crap. Kyoshin from behind. Scum of For Honor.
Hey Raven, Mark, what do people get wrong about Christian cosmology?
Probably that cosmology matters. That would probably be my answer.
Let me double check and make sure I'm saying the right things.
Well, I mean, what do you, like, I may not be understanding what you mean by cosmology, but Catholicism is blasphemy? Not necessarily. Depends. The way I look at it is this. Not all Catholics are Christian, not all Christians are Catholics.
That's the way I look at it. Because the thing is, any denomination you have is going to have Christians in it and people that aren't actually Christians in it.
Captured Zone A.
I sincerely hope we can make Warden's moveset a little more diverse. Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't he the only band card that doesn't have a proper dodge attack as well? He feels stale sometimes.
His only dodge attack is his dodge,
Oh, Vlad the Impaler says, guys, I'm in a Netflix show. Should I be scared? Well, since it's about the Ottomans, probably.
Start running now.
Please bleed to death.
You would. Crap.
Bleed to death, dang it.
No, he won't.
You lost.
That would have been hilarious fast in the middle of the execution he bled to death.
Yeah, it would be funny, but it wouldn't happen. Shaolin. If I had to pick my least favorite character from each faction, in terms of playing against, for the Knights, it'd probably be Black Prior, because they're just so hard to deal with sometimes. For the Vikings, right now it's Yorm. For the Samurai, it's got to be Kyoshin. For the Wulin, Shaolin. And for the Outlanders, Afira. Alright. We won't win this one, but I'll do my best. How am I doing, by the way? 2 kills, 3 deaths. That's decent. Alright.
What are you guys' opinions on the Lawbringer rework?
I don't like it very much, but it doesn't bother me. Like, I'm not losing my crap over it like everyone else seems to.
I want a dodge attack for Warden where he shoves the sword into their side on a successful dodge. Intriguing. Oh, hey there, Superfly Mice Cat.
You lost Zone A.
I can bleed too, bitch.
Stickman, you just had to ruin this, didn't you? So, anyone finds it odd that the Lawbringers...
Light lights. That's all this dude does. Lights, lights. Man. Thoughts on an anime where someone is isekai'd into For Honor? It wouldn't work, because then they'd be perfect. Isekai is all about making the main character perfect at everything. To be honest, the Lawbringer rework isn't much better than what we have right now. No, it's way better. In fact, it's too good. That's the problem. It's too strong. He has an unblockable chain now. He has hyper armor on everything. And he has an in-chain bash that is messed up. Why aren't you helping me, teammate?
Your team is breaking.
This is...
Why aren't you helping me, teammate? No, okay, I hope we lose now, you ass. Alright, Medjai, get killed. Get killed, Medjai. Get killed, Medjai. You could have helped me. We could have beaten him and kept ourselves in the game longer, but nope. Nope. Let's all watch him die together. Yep, you know they're helping each other. Good job, Medjai. Get killed now. Get killed now. There we go. Yep. Good job, Medjai. And now you're man, the toxicity is real. All right.
Oh gosh, the ReZero approach, kid would be on antidepressants within a day.
We don't even talk about ReZero. That's way too much depression. If War never gets reworked, I hope he gets thrust attacks.
I hope he can start ending.
I hope he can do anything. I feel like I got into a conversation with this dude who was saying that Warden's one of the strongest characters in the game right now. I'm like, really? Really? You think that? His 50/50s are so good. No, they're not. They're one of the easiest to anticipate because they're so freaking slow. Like, you can't convince me he's good. He's the weakest of the Vanguards. No, he's good in duels. I'm not talking about duels. I'm talking about overall.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Raven and Lark, if you were talking about stories from the Bible about how the world was made, would you say that it is a mythology? No.
I can tell why someone would classify it as
you
such.
could call it a creation myth, but I wouldn't necessarily call it a mythology. In fact, well, I knew this person who was talking to me about Warden didn't know what they were talking about, because he said, he's been one of the strongest since launch because of his 50/50s. I'm like, you are aware he did not have unblockable attacks when he launched, right?
I would also like to point out, just like yeah, this is what I would do. Just like, oh, you think you're an expert on Warden? Fine. Name 3 of his songs.
Name 3 of his songs. Prove you're an expert on Warden.
Mal says, for me, it's Griffin. Light spam will forever be my weakness. I'm right there with you, brother.
Yeah, dude, I
Raider,
hate
light spam and 50/50 hyper armor soft feint heavies. Same. Orochi TND and I guess Pirate with her soft feint unblockables. Yeah, if there's a character that can light spam or feint, it's my Achilles heel. That's why I typically fight bots.
Warden rework, play Warmonger. Yeah, and see, that's the thing I hate. They're probably going to say, no, Warden doesn't need a rework when you can just play Warmonger. But the problem is, Warden and Warmonger have vastly different personalities. And maybe I want the personality of Warden instead of the personality of Warmonger. Hey, Raven, can you play Highlander later? Yeah, I can do Highlander. Not good at them, but I can do it.
Raven, why do you think some people believe Christians and our beliefs are evil?
What was that?
They're asking why they think Christian and the Christian belief system is evil.
Because Christianity requires one to analyze their own life and recognize that it's flawed. Christianity calls on us to recognize that we are flawed, we are not perfect, and we need to make a change so that we can not only reach salvation but be happy. And they don't want that. They don't like that there's a religion out there that tells you, hey, you might not be perfect, because they've been raised on the belief that, oh well, you're a special snowflake. Everything you do is special. You're not flawed. You're perfect just the way you are. And Christianity says, no, you could be better. And so they see Christianity as offensive and wrong because it tells you that you have areas to improve and that there is a higher power that's going to judge you one day. And so what they do is they look at Christianity's past and they say, well, Christianity did all these evil things, therefore I don't have to follow it anyway since it's evil. They did the Crusades, they did the Spanish Inquisition, they conquered the Western world. We don't need to do what they say. We don't need to trust them. They're evil anyway because they did all these bad things, ignoring all the times that other cultures and religions and faiths out there did similar, if not, and usually worse things. Like, for example, like when you look at the Crusades, everyone's quick to say the Crusades were evil. It was Christians doing horrible things, terrible stuff, invading the Muslim lands. It was so bad. Then when you say, all right, well, let's talk about what the Muslims did. They did. Oh, we don't need to talk about that.
Why would you bring
that up? Yeah, we know everyone did bad on both sides. Okay, if you know that everyone did bad on both sides, then why specifically target Christians? Well, they don't have an answer for that one.
Mm-hmm. How do you feel about the storyline so far in For Honor?
Do you mean like campaign-wise, or like...
I think overall.
It could be better.
It could be better. They have high points and they also have low points.
There, killed him. I'm going to go and heal and see.
Hey Raven, have you tried the new game mode yet?
Yes, I have, and I like it. It's very fun. But I haven't gotten the chance to play it very much, mostly because, well, like I said, been busy all day. And I will be busy most of next week, too. This is going to be a busy next few weeks for me.
Yep.
Like, I don't know if I told you guys this, but I took a job as a long-term sub at a school, so that means I'll be subbing every day of the week, full days. I didn't want to have to get to that point, but I'm just not making enough money, so kind of have to.
You gotta be more salty, Raven. It's the only way to play this game. Just turn into this great dead sea, huh? I would love it if you did a Crusade video, although I understand your reasoning for not doing so. Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to when everyone thinks you're evil anyway.
Actually, he's not subbing in a history class.
I'm not subbing in a history class. I'm subbing in a science class because they needed a sub there. This lady's going on maternity leave, and they need someone to sub for her. They asked me. At first I was going to say no, but I looked at my bank account. Yeah, I need to.
Yep. Tyranny was peak lore in modern For Honor after it's been high and low ride with most lows.
Hey Raven, have you played R6? Have I played R6? You need to look into my videos about that.
Yep. Rainbow Six wins and Rainbow Six fringe. Oh, Dale Expert just dropped $20 saying, hey Raven and Lark, I have to say it, but when I was a kid, I did go to a Christian school, but as an adult, I will admit that going to church does make me nervous, mostly because I don't think I can live up to the Christian faith. Thanks for the $20, but into the comment to that, no one can live up.
That's the thing. When people say I'm not a Christian because I can't live up to it, that's the point. You can't. I mean, yes, you're called to live according to Christ, but we know God knows you're not perfect. He knows you're going to mess up. There are going to be times where sin wins, you know. There are going to be times where you fall back into old habits. But Jesus forgave your past, present, and future sins. That's the message.
Exactly. So, I heard an old saying, or it's basically just like I don't know if I could be a Christian, like because I'm such a sinner. Like a good church is not a museum for saints; it's a hospital for sinners. And Legion just dropped $5 saying, Raven, what hero do you wish to have added to the game? Thanks for the $5, Legion. Give him just a second. He's in the middle of something.
Crap. Anyway, what was that?
They just dropped $5 saying, what hero do you wish to have added to the game?
I've been asked this a lot. I want a Rajput hero. I want a Rajput hero added to the game.
Yep. And Dr. Calibrations just dropped $5 saying the difference between a saint and a sinner is that the saint feels bad after sinning.
Yes,
There's a lot of truth to that.
There's a lot of truth to that.
Because you are not of the world anymore. You are of a higher calling, and because of that, like when you do things like you know better. That's the difference. You know better. The elector says, "Dang, I brought the money train."
That was pretty darn cool parry work, Raven. Well, as I was fighting that guy, I started to realize he loves his dodge parries. He loves his dodge attacks, so I'll just take advantage of that. Wait for it, dodge attack. No. Crap. I can't beat them when they're all ganking up as 3.
Magi, the most noble man in the game.
Pretty much.
For me, it's Raider. Just because I will do some amazing things as Raider and have no idea how I pulled it off. Hey, Lark, do you think you could answer Raven my previous question? Yeah, sure. Let me see if I can't find it. Oh, yeah, Raven, sorry if this is a heavy subject, but I've been conflicted since I study biology and zoology a lot. I'm really getting concerned with my faith through the creationism versus evolution ordeal.
Let me ask you a question. What evidence do you have from the Bible that says that evolution isn't possible? Where in the Bible does it say that evolution is not a thing? Point that out to me. That's what I tell everyone who starts that debate. When they say, "Oh, you don't believe in evolution?" I say, where in the Bible does it say evolution is not a thing?
Okay. Well, so we don't know the bare bones specifics of how God created everything, particularly living beings. So the thing is, did he create things through evolution? Possibly. Did he use some other method? Possibly. The thing is, the way I look at it, our salvation is going to be judged whether or not we believe in evolution or not. Oh. Hey, Lark, who's your favorite hero? Probably either Lawbringer or Warden. I'm basic. Ideas for an Irish hero. It is the day to think about that.
Ah! Gank up, boys! Anyway, what was the response?
Ideas for an Irish hero.
Oh, I don't have any ideas. There's a difference between microevolution and macroevolution. Here's the thing. When Darwin discussed evolution, he was not talking about a substitute for creation. He was talking about survival of the fittest. He's talking about how
Natural selection.
Groups will evolve and change to suit their environment, and thus their offspring will alter in order to adjust to where they live. That's what he was proving. Darwin was a theist. He believed in a God. He wasn't saying that there was no God. He wasn't out to prove it. He even admitted his own theories had flaws, and he was open to other interpretations outside of his own.
Because so that's how scientists are supposed to work.
Exactly.
This is what I found. If anybody can prove me wrong, please let me know.
Yeah. Do you guys watch other For Honor content creators like Havoc? Yes, I do. I love Havoc. He is awesome. I watch Freeze because he's usually very objective about a lot of things in For Honor. I've watched Slanderous. We disagree and agree on certain things. We'll leave it at that. I watch General Fujikiyo. Y'all should check him out. He's another history doer. So, yeah, so I watch a few. I used to watch Vita Neon a lot, but now he just doesn't make anything anymore, does he?
Mm-hmm.
Raven, what would be the moveset of a Rajput hero? I have no idea. Like, that's, guys, y'all must think I'm someone who knows how the movesets work. I'm not. I don't.
How everyone feel about a Celtic Oathsworn hero? Kind of more Gaelic, but, well, then again, like more Gaul, but then...
I hate to say it, but my response is going to be the same regardless. If people say, what do you think about X hero? I'm probably just going to say, if it can work, you know?
Honestly, I would go for, like, the Total War style of Druid, where they have sickles. I think that would be cool.
Hey, Raven, did you see Havoc's new video about the new season update? I only saw part of it. I was busy.
Didn't Fujikiyo die in the Viking D-Day?
What was that?
Didn't Fujikiyo die in the Viking D-Day? He's referring to the story.
Yes, but I'm talking about the content creator. Let's go Zanhu.
Yep.
And then after Zanhu, I'll do Highlander, and then we'll switch to Breach. Hey Raven, when the new Viking hero comes out, what will the other Vikings react? I don't know! I can't see into the future,
I think we'll pull a Jean Pinay.
Like, I just don't know. I don't know. If I had to make a guess, they'll hate him. If I had to make a guess, whatever the Viking hero, they're gonna hate him. Because that is the common reaction of this community. Something new's released, oh, it sucks. Something new's advised, oh, it sucks. And if it happens to be good, it's met with a eh. So if I had to make a guess, when the new Viking hero is announced, they're going to say three things. One, oh, he's overpowered. Oh, he looks ugly. Oh, this isn't what I wanted. And then that will be followed with the obvious, Ubisoft doesn't care, dead game. I'm gonna go ahead and predict that. Hey Raven, have you ever written your heroes in For Honor to meet each other?
Yes, actually.
I did write one. Yep. Hey Raven, what hero would you train under for each faction? Train under?
Well, we know for the Woolen we'd be singing "Let's Get Down to Business."
No, like who would I be training?
I know.
Under? For the Knights, Lawbringer. For the Samurai, probably Kensei. For the Vikings, Highlander. For the Wulin, Zhang Jun. And for the Outlanders, Pirate.
Legion dropped another $5 saying, "Hey Raven, what's the new Viking hero? I know you can see into the future, so I wish there to be spoiler."
Okay, the new Viking hero is going to be a female gender-locked hero, and they're going to have
An attack squirrel.
Yes, they're going to have an attack squirrel.
Meanwhile, Ubisoft is furiously writing notes.
And they're going to have an axe with a spiked blade on the other end.
Yeah, but thanks for the chat, Super
Thanks
Chat.
for the super chat, appreciate that, but that is what I see. That is what I see coming.
If I was a gambling man, I'd probably say Druid, Shield, and Sickle.
I hope so. I hope I'm wrong. Highlander's a surprise? Not really when you consider that I'm 6'5", so I'm about as tall as Highlander.
Also, we...
What's up? I'm new here. Welcome, Friar. Glad to have you. Glad to have you. Well, we're just kind of hanging out.
If I'm correct here, the next Viking hero is female by default.
That's why I predicted a female gender-locked hero. That'll be another reason they hate it. Why gender-locked?
Because the next Outlander will probably be male-locked.
Ever notice how that's something that they do?
Yeah. Can we get some, like, ones that you can choose between? Okay. Let's see. What will the next hero be? Orcus or Chimera? No. Raven, I'm writing some lore in which an emperor abuses the status of living saint. How do I avoid offending people and instead talk about people exploiting religious beliefs out of selfishness? I would look into popes.
Yeah.
There are several corrupt popes and other religious figures you can use to copy. Rodrigo Borgia would be an excellent example.
Yeah. I would definitely say look into past popes. That would be what I would say. Well, the funny thing I find is whenever people complain about gender-locked heroes, it's always if they're locked female. You notice that? No one said anything about Medjai when he was released, and he's male gender-locked. But Pirate and Aphira? How dare you!
Hey Raven, do you think the Viking skin would be shaman considering fanatic and... Do you think the Viking skin would be shaman considering fanatics and the shaman being how she is? Oh, you think there might be a skin based on because she's a fanatic? Okay.
I doubt it. I don't know if they're going to carry the fanaticism over to the next season.
We'll see what they're capable.
I just don't know what they're going to do. I don't know what their position is at this point. It's a little confusing.
You captured Zone C.
A Shogun type of samurai would be cool. Why would you do that? The Shoguns don't usually fight. They send other people to do the fighting.
Fighting is for poor people.
Fighting for the poor people.
Fighting well is for moderately wealthy people. We're super wealthy. Nah, we just look at the
Hold
map.
on now, gamer. I'm not happy about Medjai as an ebony queen of joy. I wish we had a no. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I'm glad you aren't happy about it, but I'm talking about as a general rule, the community will freak out if there's a female gender lock hero.
I think the community just enjoys freaking out about minor things in general.
Yeah, there is truth to that.
We need to shoot arrows in the knee of all the broken characters. Make them become town guards in Skyrim.
Oh, I sense some
shenanigans.
Yeah, this is gonna be a gank.
Or was going to be a gank.
Crap.
Sorry about my dumb biology question before. Sometimes I get very dumb with myself when I release and I seem to work on that. Oh, that's cool.
No, it's fine. You're free to ask those questions. That's not an issue.
That's how you learn.
Yeah.
Surprised there isn't a Shogun in lore. I guess they just decided to skip that step.
That is kind of interesting.
I guess they were trying to, they couldn't decide whether they wanted an Edo period government or a Meiji government.
I just don't know what they were aiming for. I really don't. People only don't like Pirate because they wanted to make Jack Sparrow or Blackbeard. And
Yeah,
I pointed out
that is exactly what they
that's
did.
probably what it is. But then again, they were also upset about a fear of being gender locked. So,
Well, for that one, I can understand that a little bit more because it's a little surprised that the first Muslim hero we get is female gender locked, considering the culture.
crap.
Huh. If you're a lore, it's so trash. You're right, guys. You're right. Let's see.
Whoa, the range on that displacement.
Raven, I'm one of those people you talked about, but I'm just barely honest enough to say it's stupid either way. Yeah, fair.
I haven't seen anyone complain about fear of being gender locked. Look to the comments, dude. I've seen a lot of them.
Female sent Kyoshin. Wait, Kyoshin's not female?
Kyoshin's a male.
That's crazy. But yeah, I would like to see a female Centurion, female Kyoshin, female Magi, female. I feel like Lawbringer would look exactly. Like they should do that. They should say we now have a female Lawbringer, but it looks exactly the same. The voice lines are just different.
Guys, can I also say something here?
You lost Zone A.
Not once since I've played have I really been that upset about the dodge attack changes. I haven't said one thing about them. You'll notice that? Like, it doesn't bother me all that much.
But now you have said one thing about him, so.
Well, I just know that everyone was all upset about it at first, and I'm like, I don't see the big deal.
Listen, the two genders of Kyoshin is either edgelord or femboy, and I love it. Okay, Space Boy, I see what you did.
Crap. I don't know what it is. Okay, I'll say this. I'll say what bothers me more than the dodge attack stuff. It's Yorm right now. I think Yorm's too strong now.
The problem is, every problem looks like a nail, so everyone just keeps picking Yorm.
Well, the problem, one thing that I hate is that Yorm's bash to your shin that she does. It's the fact that she can knock you to the ground. So look, here's the thing: Centurion has to do a full charge punch to knock you to the ground. She just has to go bop. Imagine for a second that you're out of stamina. Okay. Imagine for a second that you're out of stamina and they do that to you. You have two options: dodge or eat it. If you mess up either way, you're dead.
Female sent would be one tough bed each. A school quote. But to quote Raven, she melts like butter and whines like a puppy. Okay. Legion dropped another $5 saying, Raven, out of these three, which do you think would be the best fit for the game in the future? Spartan, Persian Immortal, or Musketeer? Give him a second, he's in the middle of something.
How did it? I thought that thing was tracking. What the hell? Oh, whatever.
But anyway, Spartan, Persian Immortal, or Musketeer? Which one do you think would be more viable in For Honor?
Not the Musketeer. They would not work. I don't think a Rapier would do much good in this game. Persian Immortal, they're just Saphira ×2. Spartan would be fine if you could figure out a way to make them work differently than Valkyrie.
Alright, so Legion, we picked the Spartan. Because Sparta, aid us! Again and again with your 300 men. But thank you for the super chat, dude. Spartans never die.
So that's how it is.
So that's the way it is, huh? That's the particular way things are running.
All right. Oh, I see. Okay, sure. All right. Throw that 4th feet against a single opponent. There you go.
That's just bad economy right there.
God, that is messed up, folks. That is messed up.
Yeah, Shark Guy gets it.
Win part 2 for honor couples? I don't know. I have no idea. I've got enough on my plate.
Mm-hmm.
How's that? Oh, that's Lev on Clouds. I know Lev on Clouds. They're really good.
Hey, Raven and Lark, have you guys ever been attacked by an alligator?
Nope.
Yeah, typically when the ones you see around here typically are small enough that they know they can't mess with you, so they typically don't bother. Let's see. Have you ever been attacked by a furry? Thankfully, no.
Nope.
Where is she? No, we're not from Florida. We're in South Carolina. Gators live in more than just Florida.
Whew.
Superfly Mice Guy just dropped $5 saying Spark could have more elaborate moveset, switching mechanics from spear and shield to sword and shield.
That would be very complicated, but again, if they make it work, they make it work. It's going to depend on a lot. Run! Oh, look at him run!
Oh, he just wanted to get away so he couldn't get ledged. That's understandable. That's fair. Definitely looking forward to your Assassin's Creed Odyssey video. Yep, well, we'll get to that later. I've been attacked by a cactus, a jumping one.
Hold on.
How did that work? Rain fire.
There we go. I love it. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the I'm not a fan of the Yorn rework. They need to nerf her a little bit. That bash of the shin is way too powerful in my opinion. Look at that, just 4th feet all day with this. Oh my.
And I set fire to the Yorn.
Oh, you son of a. I can't stand there and heal him because he'll just shoot me. Good try,
Yeah.
missed.
You captured Zone C.
The chain bash is feintable too. Yeah, I know. It's at the very least don't make it feintable.
Oh, for Let's see. If there's something I love about the new Assassin's Creed games, it's the order mechanic, especially with Valhalla and the Zealots. Yeah, I'll talk about that.
And there it is.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, we certainly don't have the luck of the Irish tonight.
Actually, no, we do. This is very much the luck of the Irish. I want you to think about it. Since we go all the way back to the days when they're Hibernia, after it's all downhill from there. It doesn't start getting good until the 1920s after they finally get the English to piss off.
Well, at least I got my medic order done. That's something. All right, last Dominion match, and then we switch.
I thought that was the last.
No, I said we were going to do Highlander next, and then we would switch.
Oh, okay.
I feel like we need a Saxon faction. No, we don't.
That would be hard to fill out.
I guarantee we don't need that. I'm tired of them adding new factions. Keep what we got.
Add new maps.
Add new maps.
Hashtag new maps.
New maps, guys. Hey, Raven, any idea why Vikings are winning the campaign? Because more people play Vikings than any other?
That's it. That's all there is to it.
That's it. That's the only reason.
And a lot of people that actually care about the faction war join the Vikings because they know they'll win.
Yep. because no one else cares at this point.
Well,
All right, Highlander time it is. Let's get our butt kicked in the name of Scotland.
In honor of Ireland, we shall play as Scotland. I love when Ireland and Scotland play football matches together. They, the Scots yell, "We hate the English more than you." Oh, trust me, I have a cool Irishman. He would 100% agree.
Man, oh my gosh, we dropped from 68 viewers to 59 like in the last 30 seconds. That's kind of scary. Like that's a major drop.
They're dropping. It's starting to climb back up. We got to 61 now.
As someone who barely plays Woolen here, I'm happy they'll be getting some love this year.
Yeah.
You know what would be better is if they gave them a hero that uses Xian sword. I'm still mad at them.
We want our Xia.
And I think the Aramusha and the Yorm and the girl Yorm are friends. We won't win this one either. They've got 2 Yorms and Aramusha and that light happy Shaolin. I think I'm gonna go ahead and write this one off as a loss. Depression. That's a thing. What do you think, Lark?
I don't know. Who can say?
Gank them? That would work if my teammate was any good. If my teammates were any good, but I don't think they are. I've got 2 friends on my team, Hyper Octane and Hyper Cryptic, but I don't know if they'll do well. Wulin with Xian or Wulin with Chang Spear. Either one would be fine. Just give us a new Wulin. I loved when people were saying, "Why aren't the Vikings getting a new hero? We want more Viking heroes." I'm like, I want Wulin heroes. No one cares about Wulin. Sad.
Sad indeed.
In my opinion, the Wulin have been more robbed by Ubisoft than any other faction.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot which one of you will do the Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
That will be
Lark is doing that.
I'm doing that one. And yay!
If you could have written the Night season, what would you have done? Maybe the Knights are being persecuted by the other factions. Maybe because of their faith. That would be breaking the mold. Does anyone know if you can put 3 perks on Yorm? Yes, you can. It is totally possible. I'm Irish. I'm gonna bestow my potato power so you can win. Very well. Very well. Let's see if the potato power is enough to win this.
Or are we going to
I
cause
am
another
massively depressed right now.
Lark drew the short straw in AC games. Some I just chose for myself because I got tired of it. It's like, you know what? I'm going to do Syndicate. It can't be that bad. It was that bad. They made me play a game where I helped Karl Marx. I will never be the same. Hey, Raven, what's a Rajput?
Rajput is an Indian warrior from the land of Rajasthan. Well, not at the time it was called that.
Think northwest India.
I detest this Yorm rework. Everyone bitching about the Lawbringer rework. No, that's a testing ground. This Yorm rework is sick. It is disgusting.
Raven, I'm Mexican, so I give you the power of chocolate.
I appreciate the power of chocolate. It's not going to help.
Yeah, because we started mixing chocolate and potatoes, and now I don't know what that leads to.
That leads to something terrible.
Start belting whiskey, your power level will increase. I have a buddy of mine he's half Irish, and he actually showed me like a thing. Like one of my funniest things about Irish history is in the 1400s we invent whiskey. There's not another invention for 300 years from Ireland.
How did he just teleport? Did y'all see that? The boy teleported.
Is this sort of lag nonsense?
Yep.
The 14th of March, 1883, Karl Marx made the best contribution to humanity. He died. Oh, what's this?
There goes that, Yorm.
I'll have to answer that later. Like, are you going to do the side world dream in Valhalla or just the main story? Because I know the story of the Ivar dreams relates to the main story. If you're referring like when he trips balls and starts thinking he's Odin, yes, I will discuss that.
Oh, Glad with the kill.
No, not Glad.
Sorry, Glad.
As a Pennsylvanian, take my only power, the power of coal. It's literally the only thing here. Don't you have, like, Philly cheesesteaks there, too, though? You also got Quakers. Don't forget the Quakers.
Cover me, boys. Y'all didn't cover me, boys. Fine, y'all have fun with that. I'm going to sea.
I thought the pirate was the one that went to sea. You see what I did there?
Yeah. Raven, as an Italian, I hereby grant you the power of pizza.
Boston and Mendel. Yes.
All right, the Yorm's leaving sea. We have our opportunity. I just took sea. Well, I'm taking it.
For a low, flat rate.
You captured Zone C.
Valhalla's my favorite, but it's way too long. Oh gosh, do I just need to start playing that now? I'll finish up New Vegas and I'll get to work on it.
Lost Zone A.
Hey Raven, what's your favorite Norse monster?
Again, he teleported! Did you see this? Did you see this? The dude just freaking teleports wherever he wants to go. Oh my gosh. Lark, you saw that, man.
That was like, I don't know whether it was like some weird camera nonsense or what.
But he just freaking reappeared behind me. I'll turn B around, boys.
He knows Misty Step. That's it.
I hate you for making that reference.
I'm sorry, I've been just designing the one shot. It's been getting to me. King Baldwin yelled behind me, I believe in you. Baldwin, wait, which Baldwin?
Lost Zone C.
That impacts the effectiveness of this. I noticed you're playing as Iran. His legend is one of my favorites.
Oh yeah, I love Iran too. Iran's awesome. Careful, boys. Careful, boys.
I feel like you should. There we go.
There we go. Yeah, I felt like that should have ledged him too.
Raven, you're winning because you're powerful. You're powered by maple syrup, potatoes, so much chocolate, a family, and Vlad. With our powers combined and this Glock I just found, we can win. The fourth. Okay, we got Baldwin the fourth back and stuff. We're good.
Off with your bloody head!
For the Kingdom of Jerusalem. Dang it, Yorm, we were having a good thing going on.
Crap. Oh well. Yeah! Get him, Glad! Glad won't win. He's up against New Yorm. New Yorm is too strong.
Yep. Raven, you need the power of Roundhouse.
Nah, I don't even know what I need, man.
Even Raven, look, I had a Guinness stew for supper to celebrate St. Patrick's Day after my Irish grandfather was watching because I sang Black and Tans all the way home and I don't know why. Makes sense. Come out, you black and tans, come out and fight me like a man. Show your wife how you won medals down in Flanders. Show how you've... Oh gosh, I can't remember the rest of it. I always screw that part up.
Hey, alright, up.
Hey Raven, I believe you can go Super Saiyan. I don't think Scots are genetically Saiyans.
How come I can't...
Ow.
You captured Zone C.
Pull up the Magnum.
Man, why do you always do this?
Why are you always here?
Because they're friends. The Aramusha and that Yorm are friends, so they always run to go back each other up.
Now I know how a Saturday morning cartoon villain feels to curse the power of friendship.
Curse the power of friendship. Everyone may be giving Raven power, but Raven isn't gonna do well. Oh, all three of them are in A. What?
Cap.
Kyoshin, you need to hold on, brother.
Hold the line.
Love isn't always on time.
Oh no. Admittedly, that was a better use of it, though. Oh, you're so lucky this isn't in close space. Nice!
The power of Scotland compels you. Oh, that was gorgeous.
Jesus
Oh, that was gorgeous.
Oh, glorious.
And the best part is we were breaking them. Now they're not broken anymore, so now I'm sad.
Sad face.
Now they're breaking again.
Raven villain laugh. Villain moment right there. Get shreked.
Shoot. Good parry. Oh, I'm up against 2 Yorms. This will not end well for me. How does he keep doing that? He literally changes his position in a nanosecond.
Maybe he greased the soles of his feet or something?
What the hell? Crap. My lap is better.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh well, I had my moment of fun.
Yes, it was glorious.
Everyone stop him, he's gonna revive the whole team. Oh boy.
Here we go.
Alright, the final battle. This is the final countdown. We are Scottish.
Woo!
Yeah, we did
Take
it.
that
boys.
power of friendship.
And we beat a team with 2 Yorms on it. I guess that's the power of a Kyoshin and a Gladiator who don't take prisoners. The 2 other most annoying characters in the game.
Lord, we're coming into the shadow. Lord Raven, as a New Englander, I bestow upon you the power of baseball. And Boston Harbor's still having tea in it. Yes. Alright, that's the perfect one to end on.
Yeah, we're ending on that one. We're ending on that one. I had a massive comeback, and now I need to move on to Breach. We need to move on to Breach now. Hey Raven, did you know that Powerwolf will be releasing a new album this month? Oh, that'll be cool.
Oh, cool.
That'll be neat. I'd be more excited if it were Sabaton, but hey!
Oh, I enjoy Powerwolf.
11 kills and 4 deaths. Yeah, that's special for me. That's unique for me. I very rarely get to that.
The Scottish hero being the closest thing to an Irish hero is powered by shamrocks and St. Patrick. Also potatoes, a chocolate, New Englanders, Pennsylvanians, Virginians. Did I miss anything?
Oh, looks like Crippling Vibes didn't get in on this one.
No!
Nah!
End the stream. There's no point.
No, I can't do it now. There's no point in it anymore.
Raven, I managed to defeat a full Yorm team in a new game mode. It was terrifying. I won by anti-ganking. I'm very proud. You should be.
You should be. I'm surprised you could anti-gank a team of Yorms. That seems highly improbable. Not that I don't believe you. Just I couldn't.
You miss heroin. Ah, yes, the power of heroin.
The power of heroin. Who to play?
In Arizona, I give you the power of heat resistance.
There you go.
So
Let's go the Inquisitor again.
Yeah, Sharkcast, we actually answered this one, I believe, last stream. Julius Caesar. We think that we did Julius Caesar the most dirt.
Yeah, they did Julius Caesar the worst.
I can fully enjoy Powerwolf because some of the new songs have a demonic bend. Oh, I can't enjoy full. Yeah, I'm selectively listening to Powerwolf.
I don't like all of Powerwolf songs. It really depends.
Like Sainted by a Storm's a banger. Also Sanctified by Dynamite. Baller.
That's a good one. While other kingdoms fell, Ireland endures. But yes, playing as the... Oh, man. And look, here's the funny thing. This is funny. I may be the only one who feels this way. But while other people are complaining about either the dodge attack changes, or the Yorm rework, or the Lawbringer rework, or anything like that, my biggest problem is the way they've handled the Inquisition this year. I feel like they're just going, Inquisition evil! And I'm like, they weren't! The Spanish Inquisition was not evil. People do not know what happened during the Inquisition. You guys do not understand what the Inquisition actually looked like. It was not nearly as bad as modern media likes to make you think. In fact, in many ways, it did a lot of good. It just didn't do enough. In fact, the biggest problem the Inquisition had was that it didn't do enough. There were times it needed to go a little bit further in how it dealt with its problems. But... what is that noise? Are y'all hearing that?
Yeah, I'm hearing it too. I don't know what that is. Let's see. People are complaining already about Yorm rework. I'm scared to see what it will be before for the testing ground. Let's see. Raven Lark, lovely time watching while I recover from the wisdom teeth thing. Oh yeah, that's right. You had those removed.
Yeah, you told us about that. I hope that went well, man.
Paratskin looks like a Van Helsing character.
She does, doesn't she?
I half expect him to come out and say, in the name of Karl, Franz, and Sigma. Ordo Xenos is best. Also, the power of McDonald's Shamrock Shake.
Dark God, which is seconded by Dynamite in the Name of God, pretty base. I would say one of their best ones right now is Sainted by the Storm. Sainted by the Storm is oh, they're not even close yet.
Holy Crushing just dropped $10 saying, hey Raven and Lark, I wanted to say that you have inspired me to write my own For Honor inspired book. I call it The Pathmakers of Heathmore, and I reference Toskimori?
Tsukimori.
Tsukimori. I apologize. Tsukimori?
Tsukimori is my Kyoshin character.
Nice!
Tsukimori Sojiro.
Thanks for that, dude.
Really appreciate that. Not only the money, but referencing Tsukimori. Oh, no!
Highlander can demand
pay. But thank you again. Thank you, Holy Crushing. I appreciate that. Hey, Raven, did you see the anime JoJo? Why does everyone assume I've seen that? I have not. I have not seen that.
It's, yeah, it's just like JoJo fans are contractually obligated to ask other people if they watch JoJo.
Hey, Raven, what about the Inquisition from 40K?
Based
I mean, on the one hand, you have...
Amberley Vale.
You have Amberley Vale, and then on the other hand... But then on the other... Like, you can have a range from Amberley Vale to Fyodor Karamazov. Fyodor Karamazov is a piece of shit. But Amberley Vale is pretty awesome. So, some of the Inquisition is going to be awesome, some of it's going to be terrible.
As a Mexican, take this Raspado. It's dangerous to go along.
Yes!
Are you sure we shouldn't take the Chancan? Or the Chancla? However you pronounce it. Still on that one Solus Astartes dub where it's just like, yes, the torture weapon from the colonies, the Mexican chancla. Inquisitor Eisenhorn is a Chad. You're dang right he is.
Cover me, Friar! Cover me, Friar! Thank you!
Hey, Raven, I saw a meme about the Demon of Babylon disguising himself with the Code of the Righteous. When is that part talked about in the Bible? I can't seem to find anything about it.
I guess you might be talking about the Whore of Babylon?
Perhaps.
Maybe.
Demon of Babylon, because I've heard of Whore of Babylon.
I've heard of the Whore of Babylon, not the Demon of Babylon. That's a new one for me.
Might be translation. Raven, take these impaling poles. You'll need them. Thanks, Vlad.
Thanks, Vlad. Don't worry, I'll be doing my video on Vlad the Impaler very soon. I've finished scripting it. I just need to record. No! Frickin'.
Oh, he's never seen JoJo. He just wanted to ask you. No. He hasn't seen it. I've seen the first season. And I liked the first season so much, I said, I don't need to see any more. That was good enough.
I have no reaction capability.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't a lot of Inquisition bad rep thanks to British war propaganda? In part, yes.
Yes, a large part of it was that.
Yeah, that's why we also for a long time thought Napoleon was short.
He wasn't that short.
He was average for the time, you jerk.
But yeah, the Inquisition did not do a lot of the bad stuff that people claim they did.
Hey Raven, how do you recommend writing believable villains?
did a whole video on that, actually.
Yeah, go check that out.
Not gonna lie, I ran away with the premise of, what was that?
I ran with the premise you outlined in A New Epoch and have been having a good time writing. Gosh, keep moving. Having a good time playing with it in my mind. Can't write, so I won't go past that, but that's okay. Yeah, I appreciate it. We kind of, like, when Raven came up with the idea for New Epoch, we always thought it would be best to work as sort of a collection of stories rather than one.
Yeah, we wanted to just make it into a world that people could use for however they wanted to.
Yeah. And Superfly My Sky just dropped $2 saying, pirate execution idea. Shoot the head, moves along.
Yeah, that'd be good. Just like, just one shot. I feel like Pirate needs new execution.
She does.
You know, Raven Knight, I'm the... Hey, Little Breezy's the VP.
Hey.
Yep, that is you. I recognize the name. There you go. Good to have you on.
Hey, Raven and Lark, which Inquisition was the worst?
Probably the Roman Inquisition, if any. Because that's the thing. The Roman Inquisition was located in the Vatican, and so if there was a heretical threat within the Vatican, it was seen as a bigger deal than most other places. So the Roman Inquisition did a lot more harsh stuff than a lot of the others. The only reason you don't hear much about the Roman Inquisition is because a lot of the times they didn't leave people around to talk about it.
Hey Raven, does Horkos have cannibals in their ranks? That depends. Do they hire shamans?
Yeah, they've said in one of the lore pieces that they have cannibals.
Hmm. Does the pirate have an execution that forces the opponents to dance? In a way.
Yes, she has the gun dance execution. What are you... Highlander? Why are you running?
Honestly, a person says, honestly, same on the New Epoch thing, Raven. Played with the idea of having lizard folk and serpent folk being racist in South America and such, and I'm having a good time writing it up. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, for sure. That's what I did with New Epoch, man. New Epic is one of those stories that I really wanted to build and allow people to have fun with and do what they wanted. So if you're using New Epic for anything, please, let me know. I'm always happy to hear it.
Is your Discord server still open to the public?
Yes.
To join? Yeah, it's still open.
It's still open to the public. Anyone can join. I never closed it. I debated about closing it at one point, but that was a while ago.
Yeah. I'm probably autistic, so I have basically outlined the cultures, biology, and territories owned by species, and that really holds my attention, but I can't actually do a story to start to end. I'm right there with you, Dr. Cal. I'm right there with you. Conquer gives me Napoleon complex vibes. I have a Kant character that has that perpetually angry against anyone who's taller than him. I kind of like that. Reminds me of the dwarves. Do not be short-sighted. Short?
Short?
Hey Raven, have you seen Warhammer 40k versus Star Wars? Is there a specific video you're referencing there? Like, I know Eckhart's Ladder talks about it. Spanish Inquisition was founded by Queen Isabel I, the Queen, and Queen Isabel II. End of it. Fitting! Aaron, do you think the event that's coming back is the Metal Trials?
That's my thought. I think it is the Test Your Metal. That's what I think it is. I hope it is. Hey Raven, did Raven Lark the Romans use hippos and elephants in the Colosseum?
I probably used elephants. Hippos?
Yeah. I don't think they would have used hippos.
They wouldn't have been as impressive visually as some of the others. Like, they wanted lions and tigers and bears, oh my. Elephants would have been seen as visually impressive. Hippos, even though they are scary mother effers, I'm not sure I would choose them immediately. Will you ever do Raven Reacts again?
No. Raven Reacts didn't get the kind of viewership it needed to stay relevant, and even if it did, it always gets copyright claimed or blocked, so I don't make any money on it, so there's no point. Not when I need to be making money right now and stuff, so sorry. We stopped them from getting any further. That worked out. All right.
Pirate Skin looks like something straight out of Greedfall. Ah, yes, that game really disappointed.
That game was a big disappointment.
Yep.
All right. Let's go into the next one. I think we've got time for 2 more. 2 more matches. All right. Well, better pick what I'm going to do. Better.
Did they actually flood the Coliseum? Yes, they would, so they could do naval battles.
Yep. They would flood it. It was a thing. It was a thing.
Hey, Raven, quick question. With the new event mode being so similar to Tribute, I was wondering on your opinion on the Forsaken game mode. I miss it, honestly. 'Twas the most unique Capture the Flag game I've ever seen.
I liked that. I liked that game mode. It was pretty good.
I think the problem what killed it is like they would so frequently require you to do Tribute missions, and so if you didn't like it, you hated it, and if you were okay with it, you got sick of it after a while.
Yeah, that is a large part.
It also was very rough to play with bots because with bots, if they were low level, you would just stomp them within like 2 minutes in the game mode.
I'm gonna go nuke town, and while it's loading up, I'm gonna get myself something to drink.
You do that, buddy. Everyone, look, could one night beat a grizzly bear or a polar bear? A singular night? That's going to be rough.
It'll be rough, but I think they could do it.
They
if
could.
I recall correctly, Godfrey of Bouillon killed a bear.
Yep.
Godfrey of Bouillon, what a giga, Chad!
I also lament that my internet is so bad that I cannot join you on the battlefield. And ours ain't much better.
Our internet doesn't like people. When female glads were fighting, was it considered a clown show? No, it was considered like mud wrestling. Basically, it was porn. Because the women weren't covered very well.
Gosh, I feel bad for the poor guy that had to clean the Coliseum after those fights. Could a knight kill a Utah raptor? Yeah, I think they could.
Yeah, they could. Can I join you next round? There wouldn't be a lot of point. We're only doing 1 more round after this. So probably not a good idea tonight. Maybe next night. Maybe we'll do another one next week, I'm pretty sure.
New faction.
Well, actually, let me think. Lark, will we be in town next week?
Yeah, we'll be in town next week.
Okay, no, you're out of town 2 weeks from.
Yep. Actually, no. We got the next 2 weeks we should be good.
But aren't you leaving Friday?
I'm leaving Good Friday, which is the 7th.
Oh, right.
Calendar freaked on me and took me to 2028. It's like, what the heck? Stop.
What do you two have going on? Well, like I said, I start doing my long-term subbing after the 27th.
Oh, 2 super chats. Dragon Spirit 223 just dropped $5 saying, I apologize, this isn't much more, but it's what I can spare at the moment. Hey man, anything's great. Hope your financial situation improves. Keep up the great work. And Kuhn Socks drops $10 saying, for the Emperor!
Actually, he says, for the Imperium!
Ah! Thank you for the super chats, fellas.
Ah.
As for the bad internet, I got you beat. As far as Steam, Discord, Uplay can tell, I have no internet. I can browse the web, and that's it. Sounds like my internet at my job. Adeptus of the Codex Astartes does not approve that username.
Do Space Marines even have time to get on internet and watch streams? Brother, come look at this guy getting his ass kicked in this medieval fighting game. It is quite entertaining, brother.
They're quite busy, but I like to imagine in transit they're just like, dude, bros.
like every time they're on the battlefield, brother, I am pinned, brother, fire on that point. But then when they're out by themselves, dude, look at this, man, look at this shit. No, dude, I'm not. No, get off me, man.
Brother, pass me the Frisian ale. It's like the space chain swords to play ping pong. Hey, Lark, do you think a group of knights could beat a T-Rex? Yeah, theoretically.
Probably.
The real question is, could a knight ride a T-Rex?
That's the far more important question.
Could you imagine that? Just like, can you imagine like the Ottomans or just any army just rolling up to the block and then they suddenly see a knight on a T-Rex?
Yep.
Hey, Raven and Lark, what are some of history's dumbest misconceptions and could you rant about them?
Let's see.
Dumbest
misconceptions. That knights are evil is one of the big ones.
Yeah.
That is a huge one. I hate that people say, and they still do. We saw a cracked article that I'll be doing a response video sometime in the future, where they said that knights were just evil dicks.
Yep,
and it infuriated me. That's a big one, but I've ranted about that a lot.
Yeah. And Hume Socks drops another $10 saying, the space book says my name is bad. It's a shame I can't read. Class act there. Class act there, Saki boy. Oh, goodness. Okay, but historical misconceptions. I think probably one of the dumbest, one that's prolific, is that Indians / Native Americans were just peace-loving hippies.
Yeah, that's a big one. I hate
like they had like a lot of them had very proud, strong warrior cultures. Don't disrespect them like that. Oh, Frankie DeBell just dropped $5 saying, "Hey Raven, here's some cash. Are the Vikings bad people?" Another historical.
That is another historical inaccuracy. The Vikings were not bad people. They were not evil or barbaric people per se.
They're kind of standard for the time in a lot of what they did, but I find the Vikings are unique because they are overly vilified and overly glorified at the same time. It just depends on who you talk to. Actually, it could be the same person, just depends on the day of the week. Because some people hate them because of there's some white supremacists who LARP as them, but they also love them because Marvel.
How about the idea that samurai never used guns? Oh, that is
a dumb. I still remember having to explain to some guy, it's like no, ninjas could use guns, and they're like, no, they never had them. Like we literally have the historical records.
Jeez, I keep getting destroyed. Either I'm bad or Nusha is still shit.
No, Nobushi just mad you didn't pick her.
Mm.
Oh, the Noble Savage thing was the original SJW anti-white take. Correct!
They were monsters in combat, but enslaving people was kind of a common occurrence. For the Vikings, yes! In fact, you could argue that they helped start the Arabic slave trade because some of their biggest buyers in terms of slaves was the Muslims during the crusading era.
They definitely fueled the North African side of it with the Arab slavery going on over. What they actually did do is, since it's St. Patrick's Day, it's fitting to bring this up. One of the things St. Patrick helped get rid of in Ireland was slavery. This was very near and dear to his heart because the first time St. Patrick went to Ireland, he was brought over as a young boy as a captured slave. And he escaped, went back to Wales, and he felt a calling from God to go back as a missionary and convert the populace, which he did. And one of the things he convinced them to do was to get rid of slavery. And for several centuries, slavery was gone in Ireland. And then the Vikings helped bring it back.
Because it was a booming business.
It'd be doing numbers.
It was, yep.
Another misconception is the so-called Christian Dark Ages. Yep,
that's a huge misconception. This idea that they mentioned this in the crack video I responded to as well, where they said that where the Christians just didn't know how technology worked. I'm like, are you stupid?
You are really dumb. You are dumb for real. As a pagan, I borderline hate the depiction of Viking culture. Yeah, that can't be fun to look at. Viking business is booming. That is the Viking too. Like, I'm in the Viking business, and boys, business is booming. The general misconception is the ancient people being barbarians. Yeah, well, the way the Greeks looked at it is if you didn't speak Greek, you were barbarian. The way the Romans looked at it, if you drank milk, wore pants, and didn't speak Greek or Latin, you were a barbarian. Most of us would be considered barbarians by their standard. Listen, Lark, you need to understand. Money. We got to have money. Sounds like St. Patrick and John Brown would be great. Not entirely sure about that, but John Brown would want one of them up to him, I'm sure. Hey Raven, how would a person react if they were isekai'd out of a zombie apocalypse into our world after being there for 12 years?
They'd be ecstatic, I think.
There also might be... It's kind of like a... Raven, you remember that one, like, Batman episode where, like, he wakes up and his parents are still alive and he's about to be happily married?
Yeah.
And he's, like, having trouble accepting it. I think that would be the similar situation there. Because you don't just pull someone out like that. If Dutch was a Viking. They bring the zombie virus to us. Sadly, there might be some of that. But I used to think, we'd be able to handle the zombie outbreak pretty well. Then COVID happened. I'm like, we can't handle crap.
No, the thing is, if the zombie outbreak started, we'd all be dead. Well, some of us would be.
The zombies would have nothing to do with it, though.
The zombies wouldn't do anything. The governments would. The governments would kill us. Oh, $4.99 from Legion here. Just a what-if question. Do you think Ragnar Lothbrok, the Sons of Ragnar, would fit in well in the For Honor universe of lore? If so, which son? No, I don't think they'd fit in fine at all.
The closest one would be Ivar the Boneless.
Mm-hmm.
Which, contrary to popular belief, he actually had bones.
Contrary to most belief.
From Portugal here, having both Roman and Celtic heritages, you Lusitanian you. I've heard old civilizations weren't bad or good, they just had different knowledge about the world.
That's a good way to look at it. I think that you can look at a lot of what ancient civilizations do as bad or good. I think we can still apply some moral value to it. I think it's wrong to just assume that one group is all evil just by virtue of one or two events that they do in history.
Let's see. Hey, Raven and Lark, who would you like to have narrating your life if someone would? Stephen Perry.
Stephen Perry, yeah, definitely.
I'd pick Morgan Freeman, but he's probably on back order. Dutch, Arthur, where's our longship?
Alright, well, let's see if y'all can get me ranting. Like I said, this is the second to last match of the night.
Opinion. America, the rural areas at least, are too well armed to follow the zombies. Our urban centers are screwed, though. Yeah, that's the way I see it.
Have you ever considered doing African history?
We did a little bit with Magi.
We did a little with Magi, but the problem with doing African history is I know that I'm going to get some people saying, wait, where Wakanda?
Oh gosh, I remember having to explain to students that, Wakanda's not a real place. It's just in the Marvel universe.
Do you stream on Twitch, and if not, would you consider it? Yeah, I'd consider it if y'all would watch it there.
Yeah, well, I know some people, they stream on YouTube and Twitch simultaneously.
I don't know how they do that. It's pretty cool.
I'd have to look into it.
Thank you, Orochi, for making that so easy for me. We was Kangs. Oh, I hate the we was Kangs argument. That was one of the moments where you looked at Blue from Overly Sarcastic Productions and said, "Screw you."
What irritates me is just like we was kings. You were kings, but not from Egypt necessarily.
We was Kangs, man.
Like if you look at Ghana, Songhai, Mali, you have some arguments there. But no, they immediately want to go to Egypt because that's the recognizable one.
Did you hear that the Willow show was canned? I did not hear that.
Yeah, I heard. And that's good, I assume.
I would hope so, because it apparently did really bad.
I'm going to be real with you. I never saw the original Willow, so I don't have as much of a dog in that fight. You would get banned in 3 minutes on Twitch. Really?
Why? Why would I get banned on Twitch? What do I do wrong? Why would I get banned on Twitch? I'm curious.
That's because you don't rip your face off and thank people for their $100 donations. Thank you. Thank you for the $100 dono. For those of you that don't know, we're referencing a Flash Gets video.
Raven, what's your favorite YouTuber outside of For Honor? Russian Badger, probably. Either that or Divide Music.
Oh, yeah.
Because Twitch is stupid.
Yeah, okay.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I thought there was some like reason, like something that I do during my streams that it wouldn't like.
Which is stupid. Can everyone hush? I'm trying to get a cosplaying GF. Alright, quiet. I want to hear this. Come on, Vlad, you can do it. You're on wife number 3, I think.
Can I join your last game? We're not inviting anyone to the last game. We're just wrapping up after this. We're just going to do the match and then wrap up. Sorry, Zero. Maybe next time. Catch me at the beginning of the stream next time and we'll see if we can't add you.
Twitch has a habit of banning people for saying anything slightly controversial now, or sometimes just straight up for no reason. Huh, okay, so maybe. Frankie DeBell just dropped $2 saying, here's one more cash, and thanks again. Hey, man, thanks, dude.
Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. One of the biggest Twitch streamers is Hassan Piker.
Oh, God.
We'd be banned for not being an e-girl in a bathtub. You know, you're right. Since I'm not an e-girl in a bathtub. Okay, watch Hannah do that now. Hannah will draw me as an e-girl in a bathtub just to put on a thumbnail, and then I'll say, okay, can I be on Twitch now?
Are you implying we catfished an entire corporation?
Yes, that is exactly what we do, Lark.
You need to be a VTuber to work on Twitch.
Why do I need to be a VTuber?
I don't know how to tell you this.
I'm not a VTuber, that's for damn sure. Besides,
because the thing is, like, I've the few male VTuber, pooper, it's a pooper. The male VTubers that have popped up in my shorts because YouTube demands I watch them for some reason, that I look at them like, they just seem like they're trying to be British. That's it.
Everyone's saying that Hannah's getting new ideas. I guarantee you she's not here. Hannah, if you're here, say something in chat.
With your loaf of bread, you.
I guarantee she's not here. She probably forgot we were doing this.
Rant on Kingdom Hearts? No, we can't do that without Hannah here.
No, I can't rant on Kingdom Hearts without Hannah.
You as an anime girl explaining complex make this funny.
Yeah, I genuinely want to do it where I do a whole Bible study using the female AI voice. Just
that would be funny if we could get like a voice modulator. We could really bamboozle.
I could blow some minds, people. But yeah, we're going on to the last match of the night, guys. Last match of the night. I've had a lot of fun tonight. The Dominion matches weren't that fun. I only had 2 good matches, but
that last one though.
That last one made up for a lot.
Don't say bread, you'll summon her.
Bread.
I can't.
Sam Hyde can't keep getting away with threatening Hassan. Maybe I'm just butthurt since I like snakes and reptiles. Oh. AKA Apollyon say the Bible with the AI voice. Oh, having Apollyon read the Bible. Gosh, having her read the... Imagine having Apollyon read the Sermon on the Mount.
No, I want him to read the Psalms that Joshua Graham likes to read.
Oh, what should I do? What should I do, Lark?
Oh, you want my opinion on that? Oh, okay, let's see.
We could do Yorm since there's a new rework, or we could do...
I say you should do...
You got 15 seconds.
I would say you can either do Warlord, because he's probably the closest thing to an Irish hero we have, or you could do Lawbringer, since we just finished Vlad the Impaler stuff.
That's a good point. We're doing Lawbringer. We're rounding out the night with Law Daddy.
Mm-hmm. ASMR Apollyon.
Ooh, that'd be rough. That'd be rough.
Sarah Raven Lark, what is the worst movie, using whatever criteria you remember seeing?
I think the worst movie I remember seeing, like this movie absolutely pissed me off, was Star Wars The Last Jedi. It was the first time I've walked out of the theater fuming.
The worst movie I have ever seen, most people haven't heard of it, it's a little movie called Stakeland.
Oh, wow, yeah, that is bad. That is bad.
I found it on Netflix several years ago. It was back when like their streaming service was relatively new, and I saw it, and it's like, hey, you know, surviving a vampire apocalypse. I was like, okay, that sounds interesting. Basically, it was one of the dumbest setups I've ever seen. Vampire-esque zombies start raiding across America, and they start just attacking willy-nilly. The only way to supposedly kill them is to stab right at the base of the neck, at the back of their head.
Oh, wow, that sounds like Attack on Titan.
It does. It was dumb before Attack on Titan. And the problem I have with this is it starts out with this kid just walking outside in the middle of the night. Then suddenly vampires and nonsense start attacking. Then this one guy who's called Mister, that's all they ever call him. They don't bother to give him a name because it's not important. He just runs out and he saves the kid with the stakes, and he's just like, all right, you're coming with me now, kid. And he takes him and he teaches him how to fight off vampire zombies with stakes. And if that was it, okay, fine, whatever. But they take an unnecessary amount of time to piss on Christianity for no other reason than they want to piss on Christianity, because they say, well, they finally were able to make a fortifications around D.C., but then these crazy Ku Klux Klan rejects that were crazy Christians, as they call them, start airdropping vampire zombies in there to destroy it. And they go throughout the entire movie just pissing on Christianity the whole way, and apparently this one guy is the only person on the planet who figured out how to kill these vampire zombies. Where did the vampire zombies come from? Never explained. Where did he learn how to kill these vampire zombies? Never explained. Did he explain what his name is? No, never explained. And they go, of course, to the promised land, New Eden, or as it's really called, Canada.
That sounds to me like political propaganda more than a movie.
It was edgy political propaganda, and for some reason it was highly rated by most critics that watched it. And I can't for the life of me figure out why. Man, we got a Lark Rant achievement unlocked. Yeah, that movie.
That is interesting. That is interesting. We got a Lark Rant when we were aiming for a Raven Rant.
Yeah,
I don't know how to feel about that.
I hate Steakland.
And I'll cut right through you, Jormungandr. And somehow he survived that.
Hopefully the movie's director got Canadian healthcare.
Agreed.
Yep. Yeah, it was an atheist edgelord's power fantasy.
Essentially, yeah, just mock all the Christians.
Yep. But even as a power it wasn't even good, because there was no story. Now we need a Raven Lamentations. We do need a Raven Lamentations.
You gotta tell me what you want me to talk about.
I got a list, buddy. I got a list. Would you like to do the Kingdom Hearts one?
I probably will have to do that one.
Actually,
otherwise Hannah will kill me.
Actually, looking at the list, you could probably do the Marines from One Piece or the Celestial Dragons if you want.
Yeah, all those would be good.
Yeah.
But anyway, you got a rant from Lark. I guess I don't need to give a rant tonight.
Hey Lark, what is your favorite moment in One Piece? Same as Raven's when Luffy punches the Celestial Dragon in the face. It pleases me.
St. Chalos when he gets punched in the face.
Are you familiar with the clans from BattleTech? No.
Nope. Thoughts on The Witcher? I like it. I like the third game. Raven do a Lamentations about Slytherin. Yeah,
They don't.
They don't.
We would do a whole Lamentations on Hogwarts. Actually, that might be the good one to let you do a Lamentations on Hogwarts.
Full Lamentations
because
on
you've done far more work into it. Lark, read the thing I said? Okay, let me find it.
Vlad, you're getting a little pushy.
Lark, Mal. Heck no, Raven, I want a 2-for-1 rant.
Ah, okay. Thoughts on the new Peter Pan coming out? Yeah, that travesty of all things Peter Pan.
Yep. Oh, here it is. Imagine Apollyon saying, "Shh, my wolf, it's okay to cry. You can sleep in my arms tonight while she plays with your hair." Ooh, you just won over half the For Honor community.
You realize that's going to put me to sleep now for most nights, right?
Just working on the AI generation? Please, just work once.
What the fuck? No! Why? Berserker!
That's what we were trying to do if you hadn't stopped.
I was trying to throw it in the thing, and then Berserker ruins it.
Do you think a Roman Colosseum map would work as a dual map? Absolutely. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
I dread the day.
The day we see the live-action remake of Disney's Robin
Hood?
No! It'll be furriness to the nth degree.
Absolutely.
Raven, what do you think about the Lamentars chapter? Oh, they do a lot of lamenting.
I like them. We like them.
Yeah, they're cool.
Giga Chads they are.
Why are you turning into Yoda all of a sudden? Giga Chads they are!
Lamenters are best boy, if they are.
I
I'd rather they announced the live-action remake of Disney Drone. Yeah,
we just said that.
Yeah, I know. He took it away and edited it, that's why. Imagine putting girls in a group called the Lost Boys. It's like making a male members of the Valkyries.
Well, if you
no. It's like putting girls in the Boy Scouts. I'm still mad about that.
Well, if you actually read the book, Peter Pan, Peter explains why they're all boys. He says that girls are too clever to fall out of their cribs. That's where the Lost Boys come from. They're baby boys who fall out of their cribs, and since the parents can't find them or don't want them, he just takes them to Neverland. So he was explaining that there's a reason. Girls are too clever. He was complimenting girls because part of the theme of Peter Pan was about the importance of having a female role model or a female or motherly figure in a boy's life. Because until Wendy showed up, they had not had any interaction with women. And this girl comes into their life and makes things better for them. She changes things for the better. She makes them... She brings like stability, she brings comfort, she helps them realize that they can go from little boys to young men. And they can start to grow up. So adding girls defeated some of that lesson there.
The Flying Boys in green tights, man.
What was that you said?
Val was asking why.
No, you typed something. I didn't see what you typed.
Dragon's Spirit was saying, "Why'd you remind me of their infiltration of the Scouts? You got me mad." And I was just going, sorry. It's like, sorry, I thought about them as a comparison, and then I got mad. And they said, well, now we can be mad together. Yeah. Can you read for me? Okay, yeah, let me see. If it pleases you more, Raven, there's a YouTube video of Apollyon reading each story mode level's lore to comfort you by a fire whilst you sleep. We're gonna have to look into that. Hey, Raven, didn't they also change Captain Hook's race?
I don't think they did change Captain Hook's race.
I actually saw a little comedy sketch about Captain Hook earlier today. They were just going like Captain Hook. Wait, you guys call me Captain Hook? You call me? You named me after my disability? I mean, it's like, is that not your name? It's Johnson.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'll show it to you later. Death popped in to let you know he loves the channel.
Thank you, Death. Appreciate that.
They're like, why is Canada overhyped as a country?
Because they are trying their best to become a socialist nation, and the left loves socialism.
Because they're culturally very similar to America, but they are more left-leaning, so a lot of Americans like to glorify Canada because they don't understand everything about Canada, but they just assume the grass is greener on the other side.
That's a good point from Dr. Calibrations. He said that it's pretty cringe to see fans saying that once the race has been swapped, they can finally relate clearly to the character. And it's like, well, clearly you weren't a big fan of the character, were you? If you couldn't relate, like when that woman playing Ariel said, it's time for little black boys and girls to be able to relate to Ariel. I'm like, you couldn't relate before? I'll take this. Later, guys. Hey, Raven, Total War Rome Remastered is on sale. Do you recommend it? I haven't played it.
If you like the original, yeah, it's pretty good. It's got a good graphic update. I like it. I prefer Rome Total. I prefer Rome 2. I'm the minority in that opinion, mind you, though. But yeah, it's a fun game. I'm waiting for them to remaster Medieval 2.
Oh, hit the wrong button. So, say, Raven, you're sounding a bit more tired than usual. You good? I am tired, guys.
It's getting later.
It's not only getting later, but just I've been thinking a lot about what's coming up in the next few weeks, and I'm pretty worked up about it. I'll get over it. Like, once it actually happens, I'm sure it'll be okay, but right now it's just kind of like, Plus, I'm a little disappointed. I feel like the night didn't go as well as it could have. Again, Zerk, I was trying to shove him to the ledge.
Hey, Raven and Lark, what is your favorite Disney classic?
Probably Beauty and the Beast. Beauty and the Beast would be my favorite.
How far are we going back for classic? Because if we're talking like Disney Renaissance era, then it's Lion King.
Lion King.
I also did like, if we're like really old, I did like their Robin Hood.
Their Robin Hood is good.
Robin Hood,
Little John walking through the forest, laughing back and forth at what the other had to say. They were hooting hard, having such a good time. Oodle-lolly, golly, what a day.
Hercules is based. Yes, that was an awesome movie.
Best Disney movie, Peter Pan's there.
Mythologically accurate? Absolutely not. Still a baller though. I like Treasure Planet. I don't think it's classic Disney, but it is a good movie.
That's not classic Disney, but I still like it.
Yeah, we've heard of The Expanse. Haven't watched it though. I like Winnie the Pooh. Hades is the best Disney villain. You're dang right he is.
Hades was so fun.
Gosh, I wish they could write villains like that again. I mean, so much of that was just James Woods being James Woods.
Hey, Raven and Lark, is it bad that my favorite Disney movie is Atlanta simply because it's not a... what?
So because it's not a musical?
Oh,
Fair.
yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I don't mind that. What about, aren't there other Disney movies that were musicals? I mean, I don't think Ratatouille was a musical. I think they had like one song.
Yeah, they had like a musical montage. But, yeah. I have mixed reactions to musicals. I think I judge a musical, at least a kid's musical, based on how good the villain song is.
Yeah, that's a good point. Why'd you do... Jack, do you have some kind of issue with me, dude? Why'd you do that? I'm glad I got the execution in before he did that. I was trying to help keep him from hitting you while you were dropping the load, so... Treasure Planet is one of the best films I've ever made. It could have... I like it. I wish that they'd done more with it.
Yeah, they actually had a sequel that was going to be put in, but then they deliberately made the dang movie fail, so they could get rid of their 2D effects department.
Yep. Disney wanted to get rid of 2D animation.
Especially that one musical version of Shakespeare. Julius Caesar Shakespeare. Ah! Making me remember that Coastal Carolina's rendition of Julius Caesar makes me mad. Gosh. Because they just had to make a Julius Caesar a feminist message that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, if you look at Julius Caesar and said this is about feminism, you're high.
Well, it's like, well, we need to make all of the characters women. Like, okay, fine, I guess you're doing a little twist on the whole all characters were played by men thing. But like, no, they're all going to be women too. Shoot, okay, fine. Like, oh, and we're going to suggest a possibly lesbian relationship between Brutus and Caesar. And like,
that doesn't work.
They had a father-son relationship. You dumb. Gosh, and then they added a freaking dance number. I'm still pissed about that. I got an A on the critique paper I wrote for that thing, though.
Hey, Raven and Lark, what do you think of Walt Disney? I think he was a man who really loved entertaining the masses and making life fun for children and people. Like, he was a big believer in touching the hearts of many. He'd be disgusted by what his company's become.
Yep, well, that's how they keep Disney World alive. They just have his spinning corpse hooked up to a turbine.
Yep. I didn't get Flawless Slayer once during those Breach matches? What? Breach is where you get that? That's crazy. Oh, well, let's go ahead and start editing. Not a lot to edit, it seems. I guess the game didn't realize I'd been playing.
Indeed. Hey, Raven, could you have a random For Honor and Glory chapter narrated by Apollyon?
Why would that happen? The whole point of For Honor and Glory is that it's a log written by the Inquisitor.
Yep.
It wouldn't make sense for Apollyon, who's dead, to read a log.
Maybe read a legend or something.
Maybe. I've heard live action Lion King is pretty good.
I've heard the opposite.
I've heard the opposite. Yeah, that was Ruth. That was my Ruth character.
Hey, Raven, have you seen the new Kraken trailer yet? I didn't know there was an old Kraken trailer.
I didn't know there was an old Kraken trailer. You know, I'll be honest, I didn't know there was a Kraken trailer. Go figure!
Sad Lasm VR said, "This is epic stream. I'm gonna come to more for sure. Keep it up, man."
Yeah,
Thank you.
would love to have more of these. I love doing them. Basically, what we do in all these streams is we play a bunch of Dominion matches for a little bit. Then we go to a PvE breach map just to have some fun and answer some questions and kill time. And then we wrap up with me editing heroes and answer any last minute questions. So now's the time. If y'all have any last minute questions, ask me now before we go.
All right. If you and Lark could make a movie at Disney, what would you make? You have full rights on the projects and can add dark themes. Ooh.
I don't even know. I'm not. I would have to think about that because there are lots of stories I'd like to see Disney do, but I don't think they'd ever touch them.
I have a Star Wars idea based off of the Prince of Egypt.
Ooh.
More on that later. Raven, how do you feel about the pointless sequels such as Star Wars and The Last of Us 2?
I think that sequels should be made only if you feel like the story needs to tell more. It should not be made just because, oh, this was a good story. Let's milk it a little bit further. Could you tell me how in High Hell it's Frozen based off the Snow Queen? They were originally going to make it based off the Snow Queen and have Elsa be the villain, but the song Let It Go was so popular with test audiences that they changed it completely because they said, well, the villain can't have a song that good and uplifting.
So they made...
So they quickly rewrote Hans to be the villain.
Because, if you watch the original movie and look at the way Hans acts, there is no villainous intent. In fact, they actually wrote the actor who played Hans an apology letter after the movie aired, saying like, "Yeah, we're sorry we made you do that." Let's see. Is DreamWorks making a Kraken movie? I don't know. Let's see. Raven, I want to let you know your streams are the only ones I fully sit through.
Appreciate that. I do appreciate that.
I remember Critical Dreamer said one of the problems with the modern movie is they are anti-American. There's a large part of that.
I think there's truth to that.
They're anti-Western typically. Just, hey Raven and Lark, do you mind if I put characters based on you two in the Teutonic Knight project I'm working on?
Sure.
Those were awesome.
Yeah, the Teutonic Knight was cool. I'll take that.
Yep. Imagine if DreamWorks made a live-action version of Prince of Egypt, except Moses was a woman who's a trans lesbian. Don't give them ideas!
Don't do that! Shut up! Don't
Someone's
tell them
gonna
that!
You're absolutely right. We need to.
We did that. No! Don't do that! Don't do that!
What if Frozen would follow on with the Snow Queen? That'd be a much darker but cooler movie.
I like this color more for her.
Yeah.
The red looks good.
Looks like she crawled straight out of Nern. Letting go is literally a song of dropping responsibilities at the foot of others and dipping. Yeah,
Correct.
That was the problem our father had with it.
Correct. I genuinely, I used to like it because it was catchy, but now I've realized that it really is the ultimate song for, hey,
Yeah, I think we got suckered in because, lyrically it's awful, but, this Idina Menzel is legitimately a good singer.
Oh, she's a good singer. There's no question about that, but...
Yeah, but I have had there was a song like, oh, that's pretty good. Then I listen to the lyrics and go, no, it isn't. Yeah. Yes, because the most popular song in a Disney movie has never been the villain song, right? Yeah, that's their problem. Yeah.
Did I not get anything from my matches today?
A lot of girls have had braids because of Frozen. Yep. I'm afraid Frozen had the same effect on the female demographic as Cars had on the male demographic.
Yeah.
I remember when Cars came out, I was like, man, I'm sure, hope I won't have to see merchandising for that for the next 10 years. Guess what?
Best Disney song, and why is it I'll Make a Man Out of You? I don't even think that's the best. I like that song, I really do, but it's not my favorite. I think my favorite would be either God Help the Outcasts from The Hunchback of Notre Dame, or, what was it? It was another villain song.
Hellfire.
No, that one's amazing, but that's not the one I'm thinking of. Be prepared for the Lion King.
You turned a bunch of goofy hyenas into the Third Reich. That's impressive.
That's how you do, brother.
Boy Scout question, are you guys pyromaniacs too? Yeah, we get it from our father.
Yeah, our father's a bit of a pyro.
I mean, I think there's something innate in every man that's like, hey, would you like to see stuff burn? Yes.
Hey, Raven, was there a group of mercenaries that were known specifically for their brutality and gruesome means? Yeah. Some call them the Vikings.
I mean, they could be bought out on retainer.
Yep. It's where you get the Varangians.
They're also, like, the Saxons could be hired out as mercenaries.
And they were famous for their brutality. In fact, y'all ever heard of a bloody eagle?
There's also the, gosh, what were they called? Not the Hungarians. They're close to the Hungarians. The Khazars. Thinking of a nomadic group around, like, near Prague. Yeah. We are all salamanders at heart. Yeah, we are. The humans, yeah, the humans.
Greetings, brother friend.
The Kumans.
Coons.
All Boy Scouts are by law pyromaniacs or knives enthusiasts or both. I'm both. Have my totem chip.
Totem chip.
Yep. Friends on the Other Side and Oogie Boogie are pretty good. Yeah, those are good songs.
Yeah. Yeah, those are pretty good. I Got Friends on the Other Side is a good one.
Yep. Arguably, it's probably the best song there.
I don't know. I really like the song Almost There. That one was a good one.
I mean, it was good, but Friends on the Other Side is pretty good.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
If you're in Disney, well, we already answered that, Jedi. We already answered that. I mean, give me time. I had an idea to make a Disney Prince movie to kind of stir things up, but yeah. The Vandals, yeah, that works. Vandals work.
All right, well, I can't think of anything else. Are there any other questions I need to answer?
Yeah, they're kind of slowing down. I think we're pretty much done.
All right. Well, in that case, let's go ahead and wrap it up. Thank you guys so much for watching tonight. We had a ball. Lark and I, we need to discuss if perhaps is anything going on tomorrow?
Not to my knowledge.
Well, we might stream something tomorrow. Won't be For Honor, probably. Maybe something else, but we might stream tomorrow. We'll let you know. Don't quote us on that. But we'll see what we can do. Had a lot of fun. The Dominion matches weren't that great. We had two good ones, especially the Highlander one. But before we go, I want to talk a little bit about the season and what I think. Okay, so, okay, fine. Shark Guy and Jaguar are saying that they have a question. Okay, ask your question real quick, then we're going to wrap things up.
Jaguar just wants to say that he can't wait to see Disney to descend into bankruptcy. Same. Let's see. Shark Chaos. What do you want to
It's a Shark, it was Shark Guy said he had a question.
Okay, go ahead and ask it, Shark Guy. Or did you already post it?
Okay, Shark. Look for Shark Guy's question. See if he asked it.
Hey Raven, who do you think is a better pirate, Edward Kenway or the For Honor pirate?
As for a better pirate, Edward Kenway. As a better pirate, Edward Kenway. But as a better character, For Honor pirate. Shake my hand. Come on, boys. Won't you shake a poor sinner's hand? Yes. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Anyway.
Are you going, yeah, let's do it.
You don't want to hear me sing. It's horrifying. Anyway, let's go ahead and wrap things up. So thank you guys so much for watching. Before we go, I will talk a little bit about the season. The big win for the season is definitely the new pirate skin. Yes, you can join me next time, Sam Orange. The new pirate skin looks god tier. I really like it, and I think that the idea of an Inquisition in For Honor is a really neat idea. I'm fascinated to see where they go with it. They haven't started out strong. I hope that when they release the third part of Yen Chin's story, we'll get a little bit more insight into it, and then I'll do a whole video talking about that. So there is that. The negatives, though, I think Yorm's a little too strong. Her abilities now make her almost unbeatable. She has multiple 50-50s that she can throw. Her infinite chain is barbarically good. The fact that she can feint everything now. I don't think she has any moves that she has to whiff. She can basically feint her bash into the shin, which guarantees a knockover. She can get damage on a side hit or a side move. She can feint her zone attacks now. She's got too much. So I genuinely think Yorn's a little too strong right now. I hope that they nerf her a little bit. The Lawbringer rework that they're doing in the testing grounds looks overpowered, but I'm not too worried about that because they always do that with rework. So overall, I do not think that this is a bad season. I think it's a little disappointing in some areas. I think there's some stuff they need to work on. To be perfectly honest, I don't even notice the change to dodge attacks all that much. Like, yes, I eat heavies now, but I'm so bad at the game, I'm used to eating heavies, okay? I'm just kind of accustomed to that at this point. So I don't worry about it all that much. But I had a lot of fun playing tonight with you guys. It was rough at a few points, but we did okay. We got to have some fun. I think that about wraps it up. To give you guys an idea of what's coming, though, got some news for you. We're working on a video about Vlad the Impaler, which will be coming out hopefully this weekend. Hopefully. We're going to be doing Zhang Jun's Executions Graded. Hopefully that'll come out soon as well. And we're also going to be releasing The Legend of Matsunaga Ryo, so another Legend video is coming out. So we got 3 videos in the work. Going to get those out as soon as we can. This week's going to be a little crazy, though, so don't know what's going to happen. Anyway, we will see if we stream tomorrow. Don't know what we'll stream yet. We'll talk about it. But until then, I think that about wraps it up. Right, Lark?
Yep, I think that wraps it up.
All right, well, I want to thank you guys again for watching tonight. And I hope, what was that? Hey, Raven, may I ask how many hours you put into For Honor?
Yes.
Let me see. I think I can find out.
Well, I'll only have it for PS5.
I don't know. Can it tell us? It says, time played. There it is. 177 days, 14 hours, and 30 minutes. So, about half a year? From the looks of it.
Dang.
So, yeah. Now you know. Now you know. Was there a reason you wanted to know that, guys? Oh, wait, no, not guys. Cribbling. Cribbling Vibes wanted to know. Was there a reason you wanted to know that, Cribbling?
Dang. Well, anyway.
All right, well, I guess there was no real reason. They were just kind of curious. All right, well, let's go ahead and wrap it up, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, as always. And we will see you guys in our next video. Take care.
Have a good one, guys.